Going live.
Going live. Going live. I hope the microphone works fine. It worked all right when I was talking.
Can you tell?
No, but hopefully someone will come on. Yeah, you can see the levels of the microphone going up there.
All right.
Hey, everybody. It's me and joined by my mate Elric.
My first ever live show.
Yeah, we're doing a live stream.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Look at all the people coming on.
I know, there's no one watching us at the moment.
Oh, my God.
There's no one watching us at the moment. Let's hope someone joins us.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure what time it is. We're going to do a... there's a channel in the horror community.
Yes. I genuinely don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. Elric's got no idea what we're doing.
No.
There's a guy called Mr Wicker, and I watch some of his videos, and he watches some of my videos, even though I'm mainly comics and he's mainly horror.
Yeah.
But, you know, I still like my horror movies and that. And he's done what is called a getting to know you tag, where he's asked lots of questions. Yeah, like philosophical questions for you to sort of ponder upon.
Right.
And can you hear us, by the way, in chat? Because someone give us a notification.
You can see it, yeah.
I can see it going out, so I'm pretty sure it is working. Yeah. Oh no, let's do that as it is. Yeah, so Mr Wicker's horror channel, he has got what I consider some of the sickest and most disturbing questions that I've ever seen. He knows nothing about this, by the way, so this is all completely new for him. We've got beer and we've got snacks. I thought I might make this a new feature, actually. Every now and again, get pissed, do a live stream.
Beer and snacks and horror.
Yeah. Oh, no, whatever. Just getting pissed and doing something silly on YouTube, basically. Yeah. So if I can find any more question things like this, like philosophical or not just philosophical. Yeah. Like, so,
live shows are cool.
Mr Wicker. Right, I'm going to hit you with the first question so you can get an idea. Sub up Mr Wicker, by the way. His information is down below if you're interested in watching what horror movies he gets and getting horror reviews and that. But the first question, would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death? That's the first question.
Would I rather know the date of my death or the cause of my death? That's interesting. I'd like to know neither, but I suppose I've got a point one. Because if the cause would be good, but if you're burning to death in fire, I don't think you're going to want to know about that, are you?
No.
Thing is, if you knew
they're both going to be horrible.
If you knew that, I'd just kill myself straight away.
Right. But somehow...
In a less painful way.
Yeah, but if you're destined to die in that way,
destiny.
The attempt to kill yourself might lead you lucky to be paralyzed or something like that.
It would be like that film where like you can't die because of destiny.
Yeah,
that's them silly films.
I'm not sure. Not the Final Destination.
Yeah, Final Destination. Yeah,
but I thought that was people dying because of destiny.
The other way around. Yeah, the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, the date that's hard as well because I could die tomorrow.
Exactly.
Can you? I could die in an hour.
Knowing the date of your death.
Do you know what I mean?
Knowing the date of your death, if it's close, it's going to be, and it's just leads to complete fear. But mind you, if equally as well, as a fan of horror comics and sci-fi comics, quite often in those when they know where they're going to die and they think they're invulnerable. Like there's one story I read where he's going to go into battle and he says you're going to die in 3 days' time. So he thinks, right, so tomorrow's battle, I'm going to be completely invulnerable. Yeah. He goes charging in, gets stabbed in the guts, and spends 3 days on the field of battle, slowly dying from a stomach wound.
Yeah,
you know, that's that kind of thing. So,
well, I mean, obviously, I wouldn't want to know either, but he wants an answer.
Yeah,
it's Mr Wicker.
Yeah,
I'd have to say day. I would not want to know how I die.
No,
because it could be bad.
If there was some kind of like, you know. If you could ask some questions to get an idea of them. Yeah. So you could say, is it something really painful and horrible?
If it's not, then I'll go for the...
If it turns out to be like, oh, it's something really good, actually, you end up having a heart attack on your 100th birthday while shagging 3 nymphettes, you know, then I'll be like, oh, well.
I'll be out for that tomorrow.
Yeah. Remind you that, because they couldn't tell you your 100th birthday, because that would be telling you the time and the way, wouldn't it?
So I'll definitely go for the date. That one.
Yeah, I think I'd rather go for the date because we all know we're going to die. If it turns out you're told you're going to die tomorrow, then say la vie, what can you do?
That's a good point. We're all going to die, aren't we? So
but in a way, knowing the date you're going to die takes a lot of worry out of it, you know?
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to come up anyway. It's an awkward one.
So there you go. We'll go for that one.
I'm going for that one as well.
Yeah.
No one commenting. So
quite a lot of questions.
But this one, it's kind of weird. It goes from 1 straight to number 3. So his numeric system is awkward.
Okay.
Would you rather bleed out or be set on fire?
Oh, bleed out. That's not even difficult to answer.
It's more of you just slip away.
Bleed out.
Rather than burning in pain.
Yeah, I don't believe he thinks that's a difficult question.
I know, but
yeah.
When it says set on fire, it doesn't say you get killed. It could be someone could set fire to your shoulder. And you could
the little finger.
Yeah, you can pat it out. It depends on the severity of the fire.
I'm presuming he's meaning severity because, like, bleeding out's pretty severe. Fire's pretty severe. If you're talking severe, bleed out all day.
But if we're allowed to argue semantics, then I could say I
could bleed out by just putting.
I'd rather someone set fire to my elbow that I could quickly pat out than having my artery slashed and bleed to death.
Yeah, but you could go the other way. You could little pinprick your little.
Yeah, you won't bleed out for pinprick, will you?
Yeah, you'll bleed a little bit out.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I get you. Yeah. But when he says bleed out, I'm assuming means complete exsanguination of your blood from your body.
Yeah, and same with the fire. I presume it means you burning pretty badly. Like so, bleed out easily.
Yeah, if it's the choice of fates, I think bleeding out would be less painful. Neither would be my.
Thanks for that question.
I'd rather not. Like, if someone you loved committed a gruesome murder, would you help them cover it up?
Depends when they're murdering.
And why they're murdered.
If, for example, if someone decided to murder Bob, my mum's ex-boyfriend, I wouldn't really give a shit, quite frankly. But no, I wouldn't help cover it out, especially if they're like in the wrong or whatever. No, I wouldn't. And
under those circumstances, would you? This is someone you love. This is, let's say, one of your sisters killed somebody.
Well, they shouldn't have done it then.
No, we know that. No, they shouldn't have done it. But would you not help them?
It depends on the circumstances. If the person deserved to be killed, or it's an accident, or they didn't mean it, then maybe. But but no.
But your morals. Well,
my morals would be, Gemma, Lucy, straight to the police.
Yeah.
Admit what you're doing. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's hard to say, really. Like you say, the circumstances are more... Where to say it's someone you love, it's like you don't want to see them go to prison, so you never see them again.
Well, you see him once a month.
Yeah, it is tricky.
Like again, that depends a lot.
Yeah. If one of your loved ones was being abused or attacked or something, and they fought back and killed them. Yeah,
then
you might do something to cover it up.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with that. I would hope you wouldn't have to. I would hope with that situation, the person who you love didn't have a choice, and you don't need to cover it up.
No.
The authorities would say,
if they just done it just for the thrills.
Yeah,
it's like, I fancied seeing what it was like to kill somebody, so I killed them. Will you help me?
I'd be like, Gemma, off to the police station. I'd be a bit like that. So
Well, would you extrapolating on the question?
Yeah.
Would you phone the police yourself and report it?
Yeah. I think I would. These are mad questions.
I know.
Nothing would ever happen in your life, you would hope.
You bloody hope not, yeah.
But interesting.
If someone I love murders somebody, it would definitely have to depend on the situation.
It does. It definitely does,
Yeah. Right. It says they committed a gruesome murder, so it's not just knocking somebody on the head.
Yeah, gruesome.
That's kind of like stabbing someone repeatedly to death or bludgeoning them with a hammer.
Gruesome's not good.
No. Well, this one is interesting.
They wouldn't know. No one would know if you commit a gruesome murder.
Would you rather be eaten alive by wolves or eat another human alive? This is a bit confusing because when I watched the video, he seemed to say you either get eaten alive by wolves or you get eaten alive by humans. But that's not how he's worded the question.
Right.
He said, would you rather be eaten alive by wolves or yourself eat another human alive?
Again, that's not really... I don't mean that's see the original question's difficult.
Yeah. They're both difficult.
I would rather be I'd rather be eaten by wolves than humans, because wolves you would hope would be a bit quicker.
Yeah.
But of course I'd eat a human other than being eaten by wolves. That's no brainer. It's no brainer. Have you seen the film Frozen? Not the girly one, not the cartoon, but the stuck on the ski lift.
Yeah, I think that one. Yeah.
He gets eaten by wolves.
Yeah. Looks pretty
It's
savage.
horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, eat a human, of course.
I'd rather
Probably
not.
Probably tastes like chicken.
And this is from a vegan. He just, give me that human.
Fucking damn right.
And it's like, Elric, there are no wolves trying to eat you. I don't care. I'm going to eat a human anyway. I'm sure they're chewy.
Yeah.
That's why you became a vegetarian, because you only eat vegetarians.
I got a feeling that question's got to be what you originally thought. And if that's the case, definitely rather be eaten by wolves. I'd hope they go for the throat.
Yeah,
quick.
Be quicker. You die quicker. Right. If you were a necrophiliac,
okay,
which celebrity would you want to dig up? So it's got to be a dead celebrity that you want to have rotten sexy time with.
Oh, I'm loving this guy. He's a sick individual.
Yeah. Someone dead you really fancy.
It would have to be quite recent. I want them to be a bit fresher, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'd want to have been quite fresh as well.
Marilyn Monroe was lovely, but I bet she's not that good now.
If you're a necrophiliac and you get off from that,
the stench of offal.
And,
sort of.
You know, the rot, the funk of 40,000 years or whatever.
What lovely ladies died recently.
Yeah, mind you, there's also got to be logistics to it. If they're too old, they're not going to be able to. I don't know. Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
I think who's died recently that I quite liked.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone.
Man or woman, I guess, but I'd get a woman. But
well, if you're a necrophiliac, you know,
sort of doesn't really.
Necrophiliac's completely against your blinking. Well, your choice anyway. So you might as well go.
I wouldn't sure they're not fast.
Go homo.
Yeah, Peter Green's just died recently.
Peter Green.
Yeah, Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, quite sad.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd dig him up and just to say hello.
You could play his music while you're making tender love to his corpse.
I'd strap a guitar to him and pretend he's still alive.
Yeah.
I don't have to do some funny stuff with him.
But you do. It's just in a question.
Yeah,
you're a necrophiliac.
It does, doesn't it? Okay.
That precludes
what
you.
What about you? Don't you get out of the question? What about you?
I can't think of anyone who's died.
Yeah, I know.
It would have to be recent because there'd be, you know. I remember reading about real cases of necrophilia. A woman who liked to mount dead men in the morgue, and apparently when you sit on them, because of the internal organs have putrefied, like red blood would come out of their mouth, and she used to like kiss the.
Oh,
yeah. I
remember
reading about that once. I think it was the also I think like a band like Autopsy or something like that did a song about it.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah, and I looked it up obviously because you've got to find out more. I can't even think of any celebrities who died recently.
I feel quite bad saying anyone.
Yeah, I can't even think. I'm not really one into. Oh, hey Tina.
I'm not.
Yeah, we were doing a really sick tag video today. So if you've got any answers to any of these disgusting questions, feel free to join in.
Well, you know, Tina dies tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Tina.
That's bang out of order, mate. It's bang out of order.
I don't know, mate. What do you think?
I don't know. I can't even think of any celebrities that are... I suppose if you're into that
we're not
anyway,
allowed to not answer that, are we? We've got to say,
no, we've got to think of a celebrity. Has it got to be a celebrity? It didn't necessarily say a celebrity, did it?
I think it did.
Oh yeah, which celebrity would you want to dig up? That's good.
You know
I don't want to choose any dead family.
You know
members.
what? Marilyn Monroe. She'll just be bones. So it won't be that bad.
Right. I'm going to go with Eartha Kitt.
Yeah, that's right.
Just because she was a sexy lady, and it's the only because the name jumped in my head because people were talking about the different people who played Catwoman recently, and I was thinking about her.
In a way, I'd rather be than like a skeleton. Then it's not so weird. Then
I don't know.
Than like flesh, actually. Flesh that's
putrefying flesh with rotten pus.
I'll go for bones.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So this is
really important.
I thought this would be cool for like. This was important. Yeah. If there was a zombie apocalypse, which one of your friends would die first? I'm going with Lindsay.
Because he'll spend too much time doing his hair.
He'll be too busy doing his hair while the zombie. I can't run the zombie. No. I've got to do my hair before the zombies get here. And they'll be chowing on his bones before he had a chance to get away.
That's a good shout. Most of my friends I've never seen run. Which is quite a weird sort of thing, really.
It has to be slow zombies. If it's fast zombies, if there's a zombie apocalypse and it's fast zombies, I'm just going to top myself. Because
stay locked in your house, don't you?
Yeah, but The fast zombies are normally pretty strong and they break the door down.
You know where I used to live.
You probably starved to death.
I didn't live there, but you know my Siri, my ex. Did you ever visit her place?
No.
We always said about that place as being the perfect zombie protection place. Like, if there was ever a zombie apocalypse, we'd be well safe because the front door was a metal gate.
Yeah.
And we were hidden around the back.
Yeah.
Zombies would never even know we were there.
I used to think that when I worked in the post office. We worked behind a big counter, big screen up and all that. So there's no way that anyone could eat you.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with the zombie apocalypse, though, it's when you're going out for provisions, you get eaten.
Yeah.
Because you run out of food, you need medical supplies and stuff like that. And once all those have gone, you have to venture out into the zombies world. I might have to plump for Brentford Graham actually, because just because he's a big lad and he's a bit injured, he's not really going to get Brentford Graham, is that one of your rugby mates?
No, I've known him for years.
I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for ages.
Did he used to be on Facebook?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Grey Wolf he is.
Oh,
Grey Wolf.
I can't remember now.
But
did he have a different name on there before,
quite
though?
Injured or quite ill and injured.
They're not good on their feet.
So I don't think they'd be able to outrun the zombies.
No.
Sorry, Greg.
Fair enough.
He can drive though. He could drive away.
Yeah.
I can't drive away. Maybe
I'd fucking learn how to drive if it was a zombie apocalypse.
Press that bloody
basically. Yeah. I did a couple of lessons years ago.
I never did.
Right. Do you think death by drowning or death by electrocution would be more painful?
That's interesting because I got quite a serious note. I did actually.
Hi, Zoe and Noodles.
Hi, Zoe and Noodles.
That's 2 cats. This guy's got 2 cats, Zoe and Noodles, and he does videos of them.
I've seen Tina before.
Tina's popped in a few times.
Tina.
God, you nearly drowned or nearly?
I nearly drowned when I was a kid actually. Before I learned to swim in Atherton Leisure Centre, I got in the pools. They had them blowers on the. I don't know if you did a lot of swimming, but
the blowers, the bubbles. They blow bubbles out.
It was just like
hot air, or whatever.
Hot air, It just blew me out into the deep end.
Oh, shy.
And I was like drowning and shit. And some guy from my school actually jumped in and saved me.
Right.
And from then on, I learned to swim.
I had a few sort of close calls when I was young. I don't mean how close were you to I mean, was you blacking out and that?
I'll be honest with you. I think if he wasn't there, I might have drowned.
Because my mum used to work as a lifeguard, right, all the time in summer holidays when we were kids. She's worked in a lifeguard in different swimming pools.
Lucy was a lifeguard.
Yeah. Do you ever see the Lido over at Whips Cross Lido?
Where?
Whips Cross Lido. Many years ago now.
Whips Cross Lido.
Yeah, there used to be a Lido over at Whips Cross.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, my mum used to work there. My auntie Anne both used to work there. And I remember one time when everyone had gone home, and my mum was like packing up the changing room. It was like opposite the hospital, kind of off, like by the ponds and that.
Really?
Yeah, there used
That's
to be.
pencil.
There used to be. There used to be a swimming pool out there.
You're slightly older than me. Maybe it's shut before.
It might have done. Or you might have. You were Stratford way, weren't you? So maybe you didn't come up there. So you had Beckton nearer to you, didn't you?
Not nearer, but I knew about Beckton.
Yeah. And there was another one used to be down. Wasn't there one on Barking Road near you? Wasn't there a swimming pool there? Is it still
Barking Road?
I'm sure there's something down that way. I used to work to. Anyway, but I sort of jumped in once, thinking I didn't realise that it was the deeper end kind of thing, and I was like, "Oh shit, I can't touch the floor." And I was like, "But no one come to rescue me." I learned how to swim rather quickly.
I was going to say you can swim, yeah.
Well, yeah, I couldn't at the time, but I sort of doggy paddled my way to the side.
And I've become a very good. Well, you know.
Hey, Jambo.
Oh yeah.
We've got a rather interesting stream today.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah,
but it's interesting.
It's a getting to know you sick questions by a member from the horror community. So feel free to answer along if any of you guys fancy it. We're just discussing at the moment which do you think would be most painful, death by drowning or death by electrocution?
Well, I mean, I actually not only did I learn to swim, but I joined the club and I got pretty good at swimming.
Yeah.
But
but the question
I hate electric. I got electrocuted quite badly by a vacuum once, and it was horrible.
You're a clumsy sod, aren't you?
Yeah. But drowning is horrible as well, so I'm not sure.
I think if you're going to die, I think electrocution would be quicker, and you'd have less time to think about it.
I agree.
Like if you say, like it depends. If you're sudden electrocution, like poof, your heart stops, you drop down, and that's it. But just drowning is like you can see the air, or you know where or you can't, you're holding your breath for as long as possible. Yeah. But I do hear that when you get into the actual dying part of the drowning, it's just like you're drifting away. So it's like you're drifting away, and it's not painful then, but it's the thought and the fear of, and the lungs like bursting and filling up with water.
Even now, I'm still a bit afraid of water, strangely, even though I'm a pretty good swimmer.
Zoe and Noodle says death by drowning would be more painful for them.
I agree. Yeah. I'm going with that.
We're with you on that one, Zoe and Noodles.
Electrocution is quick.
Right. All right, next one. If you met a vampire, would you let it bite you for eternal life, or would you shove a stake in its heart?
I'll stake in its heart. I don't want fucking to be a vampire until life. No, thank you very much.
Exactly. Well, I'm kind of in two moods.
Having to kill people.
No. Yeah. Well, you haven't got to. You mean you've got to see lots of vampires now.
Rats and shit.
Yeah. No. Or sometimes they get blood from blood banks, or they have like people donate it to them. I mean, I don't want to live forever. No. Because seeing people around you dying. Electricity would be more painful, definitely, says Jambo. So that's he's got a difference of opinion. Jambo would rather die by, well, not rather, but he thinks drowning would be less painful than electricity. I suppose the initial seconds.
It's the panic of drowning.
Yeah,
electricity. You'll be like, there's no time to panic.
Possibly be more painful at the point it's happening, but it only lasts for a couple of seconds, doesn't it? Yeah, I think.
And there'll be no fault of you.
Yeah,
drowning. The vampire thing. I think
I'd have to have a checklist. I certainly don't want to get bitten. I don't want to live forever. I don't want to have to feed off the blood. I don't want to have to sleep all day in a coffin. But whether it's to actually killing the vampire, it'd be well, is the vampire feeding off human beings? Or is it if it was just living its own life, it's taking some blood from a blood bank and drinking it with a straw, but definitely staking it for the heart would be more likely than letting myself get bitten.
What's that bloody film? There's a really good film, vampire film, where it's set in the future where most people are vampires. And the humans that aren't vampires are the rare, and they're used as blood banks.
Yeah, I think I have seen that, but I can't remember
what it's called now.
No.
Daybreakers.
Okay.
It's called Daybreakers. It's a great film. You got to watch that. But
I think I might have seen it, but I don't remember it.
Daybreakers, really good. But I don't. I'm killing that vampire. Right. I'm killing the vampire, definitely.
So be warned, any of you guys are vampires out there, don't come and visit Elric.
I'm killing you.
He's got his sharp stake at the ready.
Yeah.
Right. This is interesting, I think. What's the meanest thing that you ever hoped happened to someone?
Well, I'm not really a mean, vindictive sort of person, really.
No. But it must have been times when someone's really pissed you off, and you are.
Well, back when I was young, I got bullied quite a lot. So
same here.
Yeah, I wish death on.
There was only one kid. There was only one kid. I mean, there's quite a lot of bullies, but there's this one particular kid that I would gladly have killed myself. He was an absolute
knobhead.
Yeah. Stake in the heart, unless the vampire is Scarlett Johansson. He spelled it steak like in a steak you cook for dinner.
That's all right.
The vampire's going to go, can I have it bloody, please?
Imagine trying to kill a vampire with a steak.
Yeah.
Squidge.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I got to admit, I've never really thought that. I kind of like bullies in school that you kind of want to die, but actually you wouldn't really want them to die.
No.
Even my sister's ex-boyfriend, who was like a fucking arsehole.
Yeah.
I don't think I would. Well, I don't know, actually. He can die then, fuck it. My mum's ex-boyfriend, Bob, he can die. He might already be dead.
You're going to go and find his grave and piss on it one day, yeah? I can't remember any particular things of where what it's mean to happen to someone, other than the fact like bullies, you totally fucking get their comeuppance in some particular way, but there was no specific thing, that I wanted to happen to them. Maybe
I wanted them to be humiliated more than actually be killed or something. Because
to somehow learn the error of their ways.
Suffering, haven't you?
Yeah,
I wouldn't want anything too bad.
No.
Not that way.
I wish they'd get a stern talking to and learn to back up their ideas.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do. That's what I used to think. Okay. Have you ever had a dream about dying? I remember once I had a really fucking bad nightmare once.
Yeah.
And I fell over. Some monster was after me, and it was gonna have its way with me or something like something nasty like that. And I fell face down into a ditch full of water, and I was suffocating on this in this muddy ditch.
Yeah.
Whilst being violated by a monster. Yeah. And then I woke up and I decided not to go back to sleep that night because it was scary. Meeting a strange man in a strange tavern with his own brew. What can go wrong? I'm not sure what that's about.
No, but I like it.
That's one of the guys from the gaming community on here. This is why I thought this is quite a good stream, because like anyone can join in with these kind of crazy questions, have their own opinions.
Exactly.
I wonder if that's his nightmare he's talking about. Meeting a strange man in a strange tavern with his own brew. What can go wrong? I don't know. Maybe he's talking about his nightmare of death.
Explain.
Hey, Aglex. Yeah, tell us what you mean, Tejas.
Tejas, my glasses aren't here, so I can't read.
Yeah, it's Spanish for Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's from Texas.
Oh, yeah, of course. There's a CC Top album.
Oh, right, okay, cool.
What was the question?
But have you ever dreamed of dying?
Oh, right. Well, I'm of the opinion, actually, like, and it's quite a philosophical kind of, people often talk about it, is if you dream and you dream of the dying, do you actually die? And I think that's quite interesting, because I'm quite good at dream management. Right. So like I never used to when I was younger, but I'm good at dream management. So if my dreams start to get a bit stressed, I don't have much nightmares now because I'm able to manage it now. Yeah. If my dreams are turned into nightmares, I'm able to snap out and wake up.
I used to get work dreams when I was working in the post office, and the queue was out the door all day in the post office. Yeah. And it was, and I used to, like an hour, 2 hours before I had to get out, I'll be dreaming that I'm at work and customers are demanding stuff of me. Yeah. And I'm in my dream, I'm doing what they're telling me to do, and I'm working and I learned after like a while just say, no, I'm dreaming, bugger off.
Really?
You're not a real customer, you're a dream customer, get stuff. I haven't got to do what you tell me to do.
Imagine doing that at
yeah. That was always the worry though. Yeah. I'm at work and feeling sleepy, and suddenly I'll think I'm dreaming.
You're not real. I only wanted a stamp. But I'm of, like, when I have been close to death in dreams, but I never die, because I got a feeling you might die if you die in your dream.
I reckon that's just, I don't believe that.
Maybe that's, for me, that's very, that's, because I don't believe in any spiritual shit. So for me, that's a bit, that's me going out there a bit.
Jumbo was saying, in the Matrix, you do, Elric.
Oh, fair enough.
Not sure what in the Matrix you're talking about. You die in your dream, or you control your dreams in the Matrix? I'm not too sure.
I'm trying to think of the film. No, if you die if you die in the Matrix, you die in real life.
Right.
Yeah.
Christoph Rademacher. Cheers from Germany. I'm drunk tonight. Awesome. I don't know this guy. He's a new guy, but if he's drunk, Prost or Skull, or what do they say in Germany when they salute him?
Skull. No, is that not Polish?
Salute? Yeah, I don't remember. Czechoslovakia. I'm not too sure. Cheers in Germany.
Cheers in Germany.
Hey, Gray, do you ever dream you go into a comic shop and got all these great old comics and realise you're dreaming and don't want to wake up? I think I have dreamt about that. Actually, to be honest, I daydream. Oh, Prost is right, Christoph says. Yeah. I daydream about comics. I'll be walking down the street and I'd like imagine someone walking down a row with a short box of comics, and I say, oh, are you selling those comics? And they say, yeah. How much do you want? Oh, 20 quid. Okay, give me 20 quid. And it's all full of golden age greats or silver age big books. I daydream about that all the time. Like, maybe I'll go in this charity shop and I'll find like a really expensive book going for 2 quid, that kind of thing. I think I probably have dreamed about getting comics. It's definitely a lot nicer dream than dying or anything like that, which is just...
Do you remember your dreams much? I'm not very good at remembering.
I quite often...
As soon as I wake up, they're gone.
I quite often think I'm having repetitive dreams. But I'm having a dream and I think, I've had this dream before.
Oh, I've done that.
I'm always having this dream. But then you wake up, you don't actually remember the dream at all. But in your dream, you kind of remember that it's a repeated dream. I've had that before.
I've created in dreams places that I lived that I've never lived in before. Things like that. That's really weird.
Yeah.
No.
I do that kind of stuff all
Dreaming
the time.
about my parents a lot. That's a little bit fucking. I hate that.
I
fucking hate that.
Yeah.
But they're not alive, just
Yeah.
in case you're wondering.
Yeah. I sometimes have dreams about my mum, but I don't feel too sad about them because
if they're nice dreams.
Yeah, but sometimes what I always used to hate when you have a dream about something really nice and then you wake up and realize it was just a dream. When I was a spotty, well, I'm still spotty and ugly, but when I was younger, spotty and ugly, I used to have dreams of having a girlfriend. Yeah. And I'd wake up like, oh fuck, that girl doesn't exist. It was a dream of a girl. It doesn't. She was never really there. And they always get really sad about them ones.
He's all right. He's never not had a girlfriend. He's doing good.
Yeah, I do all right. I've got to pay him a lot of money, but I've done all right. Have you ever had a dream about killing someone? That's the worst, Zoe. What Zoe said. I've had dreams at work before. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just thinking about. I used to have them practically every day. I used to hate my job at one point because it was so busy. The post office, queue out the door all day long. People aggravated at you and wanting to have a go because you couldn't give them their money or something like that, or and I just about like a couple of hours for it to wake up. I was kind of like awake because in my dream my mind was active. And I wasn't really properly sleeping.
Read that.
If you ever dream that the sun is in your face while walking through green meadows, no worries, mate. You are dead and already in Elysium. I'll tell you one nightmare I remember having. I remember looking this up afterwards. Apparently, it's to do with sexual repression or something kind of sexual of losing your teeth. If you lose your teeth in a dream,
they say this.
Yeah, it's something to do with like some kind of sexual thing. And I remember once
I've lost teeth before in dreams.
Yeah, I was in a dream, and I sort of like. And it spat and a tooth came out. Oh, and then I spat again, another tooth out, and I spat again, and a whole jaw. It was like a rotted old dog's jaw kind of thing, like in my hand. It was that was pretty nasty.
He's gone mad.
I'm so drunk. I'll shave my head smooth for the next 3 years if somebody finds me on Facebook and writes me a message on Facebook Messenger. Cheers, Prost. So everyone look up Christoph Rademacher and go and tell him to shave his head. You might have a shaved head already.
My wife says I'm weird, like I can control my dreams. Well, I'm like that now.
I have a certain amount of control because, what lucid dreaming they call it, don't they? Lucid dreaming.
So I can't think that I've ever killed someone in my dream. I honestly can't think about that.
I forgot that was even the question.
Yeah, I forgot the question. It's something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Have you ever killed somebody in your dreams?
I don't think so.
I certainly can't remember any.
I don't think I'm that way inclined, really, in my mind.
Actually, I'm thinking about it. I might have killed like a monster or something like that. I might have had dreams before.
I guarantee you, if I kill a monster in a dream, I'd be sad in the dream that I'd done it. I know I would.
Killing a monster?
Yeah, I'd be all sad that I'd killed a monster.
It was like a serial killer monster.
Yeah, I'm sure I have. I'm sure I have maybe killed someone or something in my dream. I've been super sad after or something.
Okay.
But I can't think. I don't think I have.
I don't
remember my dreams that well, like I say.
Quite often, I've tried to have dreams about superheroes. I've tried to go to sleep. I'm trying to go to sleep, and I try and start off a dream in my head. So I used to do a role-playing game called Villains and Vigilantes, and my character was called Photon. And I tried to have dreams that I'm Photon and I'm fighting crime. So I try and sort of think about that as I'm actually going to sleep.
Yeah.
Just I'm not sure how successful it was. Mr. Garrett, I have fought people but not killed.
Can you tell how many people are watching in?
There are 7 people watching.
Oh, cool.
Needed money for more brew, so you were getting teeth for the tooth fairy. No.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And that reminds me, right? This is right. Quite often, when you're about to go to sleep, because you start getting those kind of like the dreams start coming into your sort of half awake mind, and I know when that's coming on. I know that I'm about to go to sleep, and this is something like this is quite funny. I found it immensely hilarious. Anyway. Me and my girlfriend Lisa were just talking about it earlier. She was literally just about to fall asleep, and she farted. The loudest fart in the world. It woke her up, and she went tiddly on pom pom. It just cracked me up. Excellent. It was like, oh man, talk about putting an accent on your flatulence, darling.
Brilliant. You know what Suri used to do, like, because when you're in that haze of daydreaming and almost going to sleep.
Yeah.
I'd be talking to Siri, and we'd be talking a normal conversation. Then our conversation would get really weird.
Yeah.
And she'd just be saying gibberish.
Yeah, Lisa's done that as well.
Yeah. And then she'd be doing it, and then she'd be like, Oh,
Yeah.
I was falling asleep. I was talking gibberish, wasn't I? Like, it's so funny.
I do find that other people's dreams are boring as hell, though. Lisa's always telling me about her dreams, and I'm like, oh, babe, don't tell me about your dreams.
What? I never remember.
Because she does tarot and that, and she sees lots of significance in them. So, babe, it's just your head making sense of your day, you know, that kind of thing. And like, she had cramp. Clearly, she wakes up with cramp, and she was telling me about a dream the other night. She was doing something. Oh no, so Lindsay, talking of Lindsay, we were talking about earlier on. Some girl come on talk to Lisa. They said, "Oh, I'm waiting. Is he here yet? Is he here yet?" And it turned out to be Lindsay.
Yeah.
And then Lisa was in pain with cramp, and she was like, holding on to Lindsay like that. And then she woke up and she had cramp. I'm just saying, but that's just cramp. You've had it in your sleep, and it's transferred itself into your dream. You're not dreamt about to have cramp, and then you've had cramp.
No, of course
the
not.
cramp is already there, and
how
you heard it. You felt it in your dream.
Like. I get dreams a lot where I'm weeing and I can't stop weeing. That's because when I wake up, I want to go wee.
Yeah.
Do you get dreams where you're thirsty? You drink, and you can't quench your thirst. It's because you're thirsty.
Right, yeah.
You're dehydrated.
No, sometimes I've had dreams like where I'm drinking, or sometimes I dream that I'm going to the toilet, I'm going to the loo. And it always worries me in case I'm actually wet in the bed or something like that. But I never do. No, I never am. And I don't even necessarily want to go to the toilet, but I've had a dream that I'm going to the toilet, and it always worries me.
But no, you anyway killed anyone in dream?
Not as far as I know. Maybe
I don't
a
remember
monster.
my dreams that well,
certainly not in a sinister, evil serial killer kind of way. Not that I can recall.
No.
Jambo says, "Sleep with the television on while watching science fiction. It makes for great dreams." I have done that. Had TV or something on. In fact, I quite often go to sleep with something playing.
Yeah.
Some kind of either a video or a podcast on my Kindle, and sometimes they do get into your dream a little bit, and it is quite fun. Yeah. Sleep is really interesting, though, isn't it?
I love it.
I love sleep. Sleep is good.
I love sleep.
If you killed someone, how would you get rid of the body?
What question are we on?
We're on question number 13.
Okay.
If you kill somebody, how would you get rid of the body?
I've always thought about this.
Have you?
Yeah.
Why? For somebody who claims that you'd never help out a loved one if they killed somebody, or ever thought about killing anybody or hurting anybody, why have you thought so extensively about getting rid of bodies?
Because in films, I always think it's really flawed what they do.
Right. Okay.
Like, just attach weights to them and throw them in the sea. No one's ever going to know. What's all this burying nonsense?
Yeah.
Or burning or...
Yeah, but it's a matter if you've got access to a boat that will get you out to sea, though.
Yeah, but if you got a car, go out in the middle of nowhere, like... go in the middle of nowhere where there's sea.
A quarry or something like that.
Yeah, you don't have to go out necessarily in a boat.
No, but sea, you've got to worry about the tides. But if you weighted them down, they should go to the bottom. They shouldn't wash in.
No, like and like if you can find a part of the sea that not a beach, maybe rocks so it's deep.
Yeah.
Or go to a bridge.
Yeah.
Off of a bridge.
Buy Zoria noodles. Zoria noodles is going to buy groceries.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you get some nice food for Zoria noodles. Everyone stop out everybody as well if you can. If anyone wants to post their links in the chat, what you've got to do is just leave a little gap. Leave a little gap in the link so that YouTube doesn't see it as a link, and then people can copy it, get rid of the gap, and then put it on their browsers and sub everybody out. I know I've got people here from comic community, gaming community, a couple of games, and cat community. I'm not sure if he does comics as well, Zoe and Noodles. All I've seen is his cats.
Where's the final community?
Final community.
Yeah, fuck them. Taja says, plant them in the garden. It will make great fertilizer. Good point.
Yeah, as long as no one's going to find them. Yeah. I would say smash out their teeth, chop off their fingernails, and stick them in the blender. Not the fingernails, the fingertips. Stick them in the blender. You're just
quoting from Shallow Grave, the film.
Am I? Well, no, it's true though. It's true. There's no identifying, because if any part of the body is found, then they can't find. So if they don't know who the body is, there's less likelihood of them knowing anyone close by who could have done it.
The body, though.
Chop it into pieces.
Yeah.
Drop it off in different places. I don't think I'd eat it.
Drop it into different places.
But where people wouldn't find it. Where people wouldn't find it.
To be honest, I personally, I wouldn't have the stomach to chop a human body up, so I would have to dump it in the sea.
Yeah,
just because I wouldn't have the stomach for it.
Well, I think if you didn't want to get caught for having the dead body for some reason.
But hacking a body up in little pieces is not for me.
Yeah, but then being Mr. Big's friend in prison, Big Bubba's Big Bubble's special friend in prison is even less of a,
maybe. I don't know.
I'd rather chop up a body and be the friend of Big Bubba.
Yeah, but could you really?
Oh,
yeah, exactly. I'd hire a car because I can't drive.
Yeah.
I'd learn to drive.
Yeah.
Get out to a bridge, throw it over.
Well, I mean, to be honest, in this house, maybe like if no one wrap it up in loads of layers of plastic and whatever, stick it up in the loft. No one's going to come around and go in the loft until I'm dead and gone, probably.
Bit smelly, though.
No, but if you wrap it up in enough layers of plastic so the stink can't get out, then that might be a way of doing it. I
always think Berry is flawed. It's funny how people always in films go for Berry. It's like ridiculous. Any animal can dig out a fucking body. It's just silly. But anyway, there you go. There's the answer. Listen to us.
Good for a vat of acid. As in like the acid bath murderer kind of thing. Yeah,
that happens in Breaking Bad.
Acid.
In Breaking Bad, they do acid.
And he's stuck in the bath, didn't he? But the acid got through the bath. And went to the house, didn't it?
Yeah, so funny. But
acid was. I think
that's not a bad idea.
I think I'd be more scared of acid than I would have chopped up a body. Because once you've melted the body in acid, then what do you do with the acid? It's all very
a bit nasty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all a bit scary. Acid. Yeah. If it's good enough, if it can break down a body. I mean, you and acid, you'd have no fucking hands left. This is the guy, right? When we're doing some super glue and stuff, he's like, is there any glue in this? And he squeezes it in the sink whilst turning around and looking at something else, and he squirts super glue in the sink. And that super glue is deadly anyway, because I ended up getting it all over my hands as well, didn't I? Like, how bloody hell I only got to hold the bit of wood I hadn't touched it with. Acid would smell apparently as well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Also, not very good for your comic books, but that's why you've got to have. That's what I'd do. I'd get a really big comic envelope, plastic bag for comics. I'd bag and board the dead body and stick it in a long box. You have to understand comics to get that one. No. Right then, more questions to go. Right, if you came back as a ghost, whose life would you make a living hell?
Oh, that's a good one.
It'd have to be someone who's an absolute bastard.
Yeah. Would you know where they live, though?
Well, let's just say there's a ghost that you do.
Yeah. Oh, all my bullies, that'd be good. Bully them.
I don't know about
Bob would be good.
Someone like Boris Johnson or Donald Trump or anyone you didn't like politically, maybe. I don't know.
Again, I'm not really a vindictive person.
Yeah,
so even as a ghost, I don't think.
I don't think I'd want to make their life live in hell.
No.
I'd hate to come back as a ghost because you normally don't have any kind of ability to influence the world, do you? And it would just be a horrible existence.
Yeah, the ghosts aren't real.
Tayash is saying, chase down that brew with some good old St. Agnes.
What?
Chase down that brew with some good old St. Agnes.
I don't know what St. Agnes is, but we will.
It sounds like a brew.
Okay.
Oh, Jambo's going to haunt Melissa, his woman. But we're going to make her life a living hell, though, was the actual question. I mean, you could haunt her just to like. You have like Ghost, like the movie Ghost. You could do pottery with her and that kind of thing, And that's Truly Madly Deeply. Do you ever watch that Truly Madly Deeply? That's really sad. That is.
Yeah, it's very English.
I'd hate to come back to sort of see like because my girlfriend's she believes in ghosts and stuff like that. I don't believe anything. I don't believe any afterlife. Nothing. After you're dead, that's it. There's nothing. You just rot. Yeah, that's it. I would hate to come back to see the life of someone that you love and not being able to influence it at all. To see them crying without being able to comfort them and that kind of thing. That would just be man. I'd rather there be nothing than just to come back and not be able to. I mean, if you're able to comfort them and talk to them and like in these various movies, that would be all right. But to come back and I don't think there's anyone I hate enough that would want to come back and make their life a living hell.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I don't know. Is there any like?
It's not the first thing I would want to do if I was a ghost.
No. Are there any evil serial killers or anything like that you could come back and make their life a living hell?
Yeah, but I don't know. We're too nice for this.
For these evil things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just go to the next question because how about out there? Has anyone got anyone who'd like to come back other than Melissa, your woman, Jambo? You'd have to tell us more about that at another time, mate. Doesn't sound good. Okay. Would you rather have an arm hacked off or a leg? I think I wouldn't rather. Well, obviously, I would rather have neither of my limbs hacked off. But I think, would you rather lose your arm?
Yeah, because
I think I'd rather lose my leg.
Yeah, but then you can't walk.
Well, you can have a prosthetic. And the hands are so important for the manual dexterity, doing stuff.
You've made me think about that.
I've made a case for.
You made a case because
let me just get the.
Because you can get
because the funny thing is, Elric.
Yeah.
Your choice is about to be chopped off. So if you could just.
No, mate. That's a knife.
Yeah. Anyway.
Now you made a good point there, actually.
Yeah.
You can get. I knew someone that had one, by the way.
Yeah.
And he had a prosthetic arm,
but you haven't got the dexterity of the hand, have you?
No. So actually, I will take that back. I'll go for the leg. I'll go for the leg. Yeah.
I'd rather not, but
because then you can be like, winning around in a wheelchair. How cool is that?
Tejas is going to come back and haunt the barkeeper who threw you out of the pub before you were done.
Yeah, that's worth it.
I think a leg also, Jambo says, yeah. Because could you imagine going through the comic boxes, Jambo, with just one arm?
Yeah.
And you're trying to hold the comics in place and pull out a comic, and they're all falling back on you like that, and you're like, no, I can't.
Are you right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Can you imagine it's your fucking right hand gone and all that?
Yeah.
Would be fucking terrible.
I know.
Because right-handed people are very right-handed.
Yeah.
We're not like left-handed people.
Because touching yourself inappropriately with your left hand is just not the same.
It's quite good, actually.
It makes you feel like a stranger, yeah? Oh, dear. Right,
it's going well.
Yeah. Right, if you were asked to film a new horror movie, what would the plot be?
Well, that's fucking a bit.
Yeah, it's quite a good one, though.
Yeah, like
I have actually had an idea for a horror movie that I want you to do.
Give it.
Yeah, just
filmed.
I have got some horror films on my channel, guys. Check out I've got 3 horror films on my channel. They're not very good. There's Cthulhu Fear, Voodoo Fear, and there's a couple that I did with my nephews as well. One was like a Night Terrors, which is like a silly thing with my nephews, where I'm pretending to be a werewolf chasing after them. And the one that I did with Ethan in the cupboard, you ever seen that one with Ethan in the wardrobe? Where I'm walking through the house, and it's all dark and there's eerie music. I look in the cupboard. I was listening to that one with headphones on, and it actually made me jump, even though I knew what was going to happen. Yeah. It was something to do with the music.
What about way back with
So the hook would tear the books also if you were going for a hook, trying to pick up comic books for a hook.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not very
handy.
That's no longer you'd rip the comics and they'd no longer be in good condition.
What's the film you filmed when you were young, like with I can't think of his name. Our mate from years ago.
Trevor,
yeah.
Not Trevor the Barbarian.
That wasn't a horror.
That wasn't a horror. That was a barbarian movie, yeah.
And he's done science fiction stuff as well.
Have I? What science fiction did I do?
The thingy from
the Gemini Brothers in Space.
Yeah,
that's more of a podcast though than a film. But yeah, I've tried loads of things.
He's done everything.
He says that sounds better than the slasher movies, Gray.
I'm trying to think of like something modern that's horrific that hasn't been fucking touched on.
But here was my idea that I was thinking of doing one day for a horror movie. Like it would be done in the these style of found footage, or whatever. It'd be done in the style of a video diary. So someone is stuck in the house. Yeah, there's a zombie apocalypse, and they're just talking like through their day, like and you obviously the beard gets longer and so forth as the video goes on. But you never actually see the zombies. You see them poking the camera out the window. You don't actually see the zombies. And they're talking about the zombies. And then just in passing, they talk about, the world is mad now. I used to take these pills to because I used to have, but what's the point? The world's mad, completely mad now anyway. And you're sort of either your partner or your mother's in the film as well. And then you end up saying, mum went out, she got bitten, and I've she's turned, I've tied her to the bed kind of thing. And I'm gonna have to put her out of her misery because she's a zombie now. And then you go into the bedroom where she's tied up and she's not a zombie at all. And she said, take your pills, you're seeing things again, you're imagining things. And you go and like kill her while she's saying, take your medicine. So it's like all the while you think it's a zombie movie because you're saying it's a zombie movie. You're talking about survival and how you killed somebody when you went out. But it's because when you turns out that's just you're seeing things. Yeah. You're a psychotic. You're having a psychotic breakdown because you haven't taken your medicine. Yeah. They have to be sort of played out somehow.
There's a film similar to that, a brilliant film actually. I think it gets overlooked actually. Is a film called Voices. The Voices.
Right.
Fucking brilliant. It's it's basically a schizophrenic who doesn't take his pills, so he sees everything as brilliant. But his cats and dogs talks to him.
I still remember Ryan.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I fucking love that film. And like he kills his women, and the women talk to him, don't they? Like, but when he takes his pills, he realizes everything is shit, so he doesn't take his pills.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant film. I love The Voices. It's both funny and disturbing.
Jambo's asking if we've seen Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, I love Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, good movie. Brilliant. Yeah,
absolutely amazing film.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah, I love that. My favourite horror director, ironically, because most people, it's not really horror.
Yeah,
but I love Charlie Brooker and Black Mirror.
Oh,
that stuff he does is horrific as fuck.
It's very it can be very. I mean, it can be nightmarish.
Fucking hell, yeah.
That one where the woman is like her brain is sort of saved on a computer and it's used as like an AI for the house or something like that.
Yeah.
And she says, no, I'm not going to do that. Let me out. And he puts her. So she's been on her own for like 1,000 years or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's right.
And it's just, oh my God, can you imagine
White Christmas?
Yeah.
If
your consciousness was uploaded to something and you weren't able to die, your subconscious was stuck, no stimulus.
Film,
no stimulus whatsoever. Just oh man.
If you want a modern take on horror, check out Black Mirror. It's not really considered the horror genre, but I tell you what, it's fucking horrific, a lot of it. What we got?
You're dreaming that you are the lead singer of Saint Vitus, but you wake up and you're in a pub in your underwear.
Yeah. I've had a few things. You know what I have dreams of a lot? That I'm a really good sportsman because I played a lot of sports.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of dreams of me like playing sports in a big way, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, I'm just me.
Have you ever had any wet dreams?
Oh, all the time. I don't know. I talk to the public about that.
Why not?
Not for a while.
No. They're mainly when you're
sport dreams are lovely though. I love them. But
when you're young and you're getting no release, it's like kind of thing you dream about.
I love like because in your sports dreams you're not unfit.
Yeah.
Like I am now. I'm old and unfit, but back then you're not, and it's just a nice feeling. Although do you get dreams where you struggle to run? Like you're when you're being chased by an evil thing and you're all slow.
Everything goes slow. Yeah, you can
weird,
barely move. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about my wet dreams.
Oh, go on then.
Because they're fucking funny. They're always so weird. And
see ya.
God. Right, first dream I can remember. I'm sitting on the toilet of all things. Yeah. And 3 women from the Starship Enterprise beam down into the toilet.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, I'm sitting and start using parts of my anatomy as a communicator. Let's just call it that, shall we? We'll call it that. It was a very weird dream. And another one that I had, a woman had her boobs out, and her nipples turned into twigs. For some reason, that was a wet dream that I had. Taya says dozens of wet. I always woke up just when it was getting to the best part. Hated that. Jambo's going for a snack. He's watching us eating Pringles, Doritos, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Next question.
Well,
I can't remember what the last one was. What was it?
You haven't told us what your horror was.
I don't know. That's too difficult. There's nothing. Everything's been done, hasn't it?
Yeah.
As far as being original goes. So I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
It's just too. That's something you need to sit down and think about, isn't it? That question.
What would be your perfect horror film? I'd like to do a horror film with the aesthetic of the old Hammer horror movies, but with better special effects, better gore, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
More adult kind of leaning. But some of those stuff, like based in like the 1700s, the 1800s or whatever, the good acting of like Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, you know, but with proper nasty gore.
Yeah,
that would be quite interesting because all horror films nowadays are all modern, based in modern day, aren't they?
Yeah,
you know.
I suppose you had something like Interview with the Vampire, which was like old style, but it still wasn't that gory.
No.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I'm sure that's been done, but
maybe
I can't answer that question because it's one you have to sit down and
because you're not imaginative enough.
Well, there is that. There is that.
So just don't know what the plot would be.
Go to Black Mirror. That's it. That's fine.
So it would be a technological, a sci-fi based horror for you. Some kind of high sci-fi trope taken to its most extreme extrapolation.
You know, Earth gone to shit in the future. That kind of horror thing.
Yeah.
Even that, a lot of that's been done. Something that I can see that's a possibility.
Yeah.
And that's why I love Black Mirror, because a lot of that is a possibility.
And what about?
I'm not a big fan of ghosts.
Yeah.
And like I'm not. I used to be, but I'm not a big fan of supernatural horror type thing. Really, it's a bit old. And
do you ever have like daydreams, dreams, thoughts about what's happening at the moment with the COVID and the corona, and extrapolate that into a horror movie? It's like things get worse.
It's a good point.
Society breaks down. The infrastructure gets lost. People who, I mean, let's face it, humans are always bloody selfish. And some people decide to try and steal what's there for themselves. And, you know, just things break down, you know, like the government dies or whatever.
Yeah.
Just think about how close it can be to like complete bloody world breakdown of society.
That film's been done a lot, though, of a majority of human beings dying of some massive disease.
But they're always done. They're mainly done as sci-fi, and they're done in the future, long after it's happened. You rarely see a film where you see it going on.
Yeah,
it'd be cool to see a film that starts. Well, you get it sometimes in zombie films, where like, it starts off normal, but it soon quickly deteriorates into. But to see a slower burn movie with like the stages of things breaking down, you know, food getting harder to get, people breaking into your house to steal stuff from you, you know, and then like getting down to the brass tacks and like people are dying, and it's like what. You know, the food's gone. Do I start eating the people to fucking stay alive? That kind of thing, yeah.
I suppose Walking Dead was a little bit like that. But yeah.
No, because he woke up.
It was zombie straight out.
Yeah, it was zombie straight out.
You had something called you had a prequel, didn't you? A series called, I can't remember what the fuck it's called. I got bored of Walking Dead anyway.
Yeah. It's always quite good as
Fear the Walking Dead was the prequel.
Yeah. No, it was running concurrently.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. It was concurrent with it, that kind of thing, but in a different part of America.
Oh,
yeah. But what I think is always good, and like when we see it like in comics and in films and that, when you reach a crossroads and you think if they took this choice, things would turn out good, but in that taking the other choice where things turn to shit, you know, and that's always to me is interesting in horror movies and comics and stuff like that, where like there's choices, they take the wrong choice, fucking everything turns to crap.
Yeah,
that's quite an interesting dynamic to look at.
I tell you, the modern Planet of the Apes films, you see a progression of like things going to shit.
Yeah,
and then I'm not sure how many Planet of the Apes, modern Planet of the Apes, are going to do until they reach the old first film. Be interesting to see how far they go with that. But yeah. Anyway, woo.
Are there any plans for any more at the moment?
I don't know. There's been what? 3 modern ones?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they've all been really good, actually. But at the moment, you know, the apes are starting to slightly take over.
Yeah.
And so maybe there might be one more film before they get to the original old
Here we go.
Yeah.
If there's a hell,
do
you think you're going there? We missed a few comments. Let me go back on the comments.
Oh, yeah, let's have a read.
Hayas has asked, so is your stream about how many questions can be asked before the brew wins? No, I think there's 19 questions all in all. So I think we'll make it. We're hardcore.
Yeah.
Taya says, movie called The Day After. Buxy Cat saying, not staying, just saying hello. You obviously heard what we were talking about. And he's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the movie I Am Legend. That's not a bad movie. I prefer the one of the earlier ones. Was it with
Omega Man?
Yeah, with Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
I liked the Will Smith I Am Legend though. It got a bit of stigma. I quite liked it.
What's the Buxy Cat saying? You can, guys. You guys can stretch the extra letter for bucks, surely.
What?
I don't know. It must be something we were talking about.
Yeah.
And
I liked I Am Legend, various versions of it.
Yeah. Oh, shite.
Your battery's low.
You stay here, entertain the masses. I'm going to get my charger. I didn't know we were going for that long.
I can only entertain them, Graham, by getting naked. No. Not at all. He's coming back. He's running all the way.
I've got the charger.
Yeah.
Can you plug that in over there for me, please?
Where's this go? In that little thing?
In the extension lead. There we go. Saved by the charger.
Saved by the bell. Right,
I can't get what Buxy Cat was talking about.
Soylent Green, yeah. Stone Cold classic, it is.
Soylent Green, these humans! Yeah. Carstock variant says, hi, Gray and Co.
As well,
hey, Gray and Co. Oh, yeah. If I'm going to go to hell, I'll be too busy high-fiving people to know I know to worry about it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, Soylent Green. Soylent Green is Stone Cold. It is a good film. Soylent Green. There's a lot of good sci-fi movies that have that kind of, when you think about it, there's a horror kind of edge to it. Do you know what I mean? Just the thought of like having to eat people. Man, they're dead people anyway, so it's probably best.
Yeah.
We should do it now.
Check out the sludgy, thrashy Soylent Green from New Orleans. They're a fucking awesome band. By the way.
There's no one from the heavy metal community.
I know, but I should check them out anyway.
Yeah. No one from the horror community on here either at the moment.
Oh.
Hopefully they'll catch it later on. The Island of Dr. Moreau, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Gray, they were calling me BC, so I said go and have a letter for Bucks. Okay, right, I get you. Yeah, calling Bucks rather than BC. That Island of Dr. Moreau, the remake.
It got panned big time, didn't it? Yeah,
but I was watching that on video, and there was a knock at the door. I answered the door, and some bloke tried to punch me in the face.
What do you mean?
Well, exactly what I said. Do you remember when we was doing the Reindeer Club?
Yeah.
And that old guy, Steve, who used to go over Lenny down the road, he was kicking off with some mate of his.
Right.
And was kicking off. We had to throw him out. Well, they come around my house and tried to kick the shit out of me.
Yeah,
I was like watching that Island of Dr. Moreau, and I opened the door was around, and it was Steve at the door. I hadn't seen for ages, and he was a bit of a twat.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, mate, what's going on? And then his mate jumped up from behind the wall, come running towards me, like with his fucking fist.
His mate did it.
Yeah.
He didn't even do it.
No, he didn't even do it.
What a fucking
his fist poised to punch me in the face. Yeah. And I slammed the door, seeing that. I was like, do I stand here and get a punch in the face? No, I slammed the door.
Yeah.
He put his foot through the glass at the bottom of the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they run off, obviously.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, but then I met that geezer years later.
Yeah?
Yeah, at a gig at the Purple Turtle in Camden. And I was like, I can't remember what the gig was now. It might have been, what was the name of that? Doesn't matter. But Ingested, it might have been Ingested.
Right.
And he came up to me and goes, I know you from somewhere, don't you? And when he said that, I thought, oh shit, is that the guy that came around my house and tried to punch my face in one time? And I was like, no, I don't think so, mate. And he went, yeah, I do. You're that guy who used to do the Brain Dead Club. I come around your house and tried to kick your head in one day. Yeah. And I was like, and he was like, I was such a fucking twat in them days. I was like off my head on drugs and that. I went to prison for a while, sorted my life out. Hey, let me buy you a pint.
Oh, that's nice. It's a happy ending.
Yeah, it's a lot happier than getting punched in the face, that's for sure. But yeah, it just goes to show. But that's got nothing to do with what we were talking about.
If you're annoyed with someone and want to punch in the face and you get someone else to do it.
Well, it wasn't. I don't think Steve was really wanting to punch me. But yeah, but no, I don't think Steve was that worried about it because they both like came in with that pain and they were trying to start a mosh pit at a blinking Doom Death blinking gig. It was one of our headlines, one of our all-dayers.
Yeah.
And the headlines of the Blood Divine. Not a band you mosh to. No, but they were like throwing elbows like blinking hardcore, and they hadn't paid to get in anyway. So we sort of escorted them out, and they beat up that punk geezer. You know the punk geezer used to come, Dave the punk geezer.
Oh really?
Yeah, they kicked his fucking head in outside.
Really?
Yeah, for no really apparent reason. Gave him a kicking, and then a few.
Maybe I went there.
Maybe, and then a few weeks later, they came to my house and tried to give me a kicking, but I shut the door too quickly. Yeah. Anyway, but that happened whilst I was watching The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
With that, remember that Swedish bird Tina I was going with.
Right, yeah. Was that the last film with what's his face? That famous actor.
The guy who played Joker later on.
No. I don't know, wasn't it fucking what's his fucking name?
Not the guy who played Superman's dad in Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, what's his name?
Yeah, him. It might have been one of his last films.
I think it might have been. I think he played Dr. Moreau.
Yeah. Anyway.
How about Psycho? Psycho's a good movie.
Excellent
movie. Is Grey Man asleep? What do you mean I'm asleep?
What do you mean asleep?
I'm sitting here talking, mate.
Yeah.
That's Over Easy Mode. He makes really good videos about different comic book properties and movies and stuff.
He
doesn't do many videos, but he's really cool.
Slightly drunk. Rosemary's Baby.
Marlon Brando.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly what. Rosemary's Baby. Are you talking about Psycho? We live in Leytonstone, which is where Alfred Hitchcock was born. Hitchcock was born. He's got like various things around there. We've got the Birds pub down the road. We've got the Alfred Hitchcock hotel down the road.
Yeah.
One day soon, when the blinking COVID's over, we're going to do a little tour of Leytonstone.
We'll have to do a tour for you.
Going through like a pub crawl, stroke tour of the Alfred Hitchcock kind of like sites that you can see.
You did an Alfred Hitchcock show, wasn't it? I
did a podcast on Alfred Hitchcock.
Was that for the patrons, or was that a normal show? I can't remember.
There's a patron. No, it was a normal show.
Yeah.
Over Easy Mode thought I was didn't realise I was live. He thought I was asleep. That's why I wasn't in chat. Didn't realise I was actually here.
We're actually live.
Jambo says The Shining with Jack Nicholson is my favourite great movie.
Yeah, I think it's my favourite horror of all time.
Yeah.
One of my favourite films of all time. Definitely.
Card Stop Variant says NXNW. I have no idea what that means. Yes, Leytonstone's quite near the end of the Central Line. There's a few stops beyond it. So it is the Central Line.
Still quite a lot.
There's about 6 or 7 stops beyond it.
Epping's the end of the line.
Yeah.
You split Ongar back in the day.
It splits off Leytonstone.
Yeah, it splits off to Hainault.
Yeah.
Or you can go
Wanstead, Gants Hill.
Yeah. It used to go all the way to Ongar.
Yeah,
back
I know.
in the day.
There used to be a pub. Used to be a beer festival in Ongar. We used to go to.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, I stopped it.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was that question we were on? Anyway, we've gone on a tangent again.
That's all right.
We're nearly out of cider.
I'm all right.
Right, okay. If there's a hell, do you think you're going there? Right, if there's a hell,
answer the question.
Nowhere near it. Northolt. Buxy Cat once lived on the other end of the Central Line at Northolt.
Oh, Northolt, yeah.
North by Northwest, yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Because like in Leytonstone train station, the underground, there's a bunch of murals, like not murals because they're made out of different bits of tile. What's that called? They're made out of tile. Little tiley bits.
Yeah,
there's a different name for it. It's not a mural though.
Oh God, I know it's all.
Well, someone will know.
It's like stained glass, but it's not stained glass.
It's bits of tile put together to create images. And
the only
North by Northwest,
it's quite manky down there, isn't it? They could do with like being
a bit light.
They
could do with lights shining on each of those things, especially when we go down and take pictures of it. And The Thing from 1980. That's a bit of a. That's one of my favourite movies. One of my favourite horror movies.
I love The Thing.
The isolation, the fact there's nowhere to run away to. Like a lot of films that are out in the stick somewhere, you can run away still. You can just keep walking in one direction. You know, you've got no blinking mobile phone connection. Just keep walking, or running or driving in one direction. You can get away from the evil, the murder. But in The Thing, you can't because it's in the middle of the Antarctic and you'll freeze to death if you try and get away from it. And it's got the old style. Proper not science fiction, special effects.
Yeah.
No,
I love it.
Yeah.
Proper special effects.
No computer special effects, but what they call that bloody style of special effects, the not motion capture, not bloody prosthetics or whatever.
Prosthetics.
That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Norfolk is the other end of the Central Line. Just realised what he was talking about.
Yeah.
It's not our end, it's the other
CGI,
end.
no CGI, that's right. But what's the actual thing when it's not CGI? It's
prosthetics,
yeah, it's prosthetics.
and puppets and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's another name. Practical effects. I think that's probably right. Practical effects.
Maybe.
Tejas is talking about some Stephen King stuff. Christine, Cujo. Then he mentions Freddy, Chucky, Halloween, Jeepers Creepers.
All good films.
Right. If there's a hell, will we go?
Yeah.
Right. I know. Right. If hell is defined by the biblical terms,
we're going. We're on our way, aren't we?
We're there. Because if you don't, in biblical terms,
we don't believe in God, so we're there.
If you don't accept God and Jesus as your savior, then under the terms of the definition of hell, we'll be going there.
So we're there.
We're there.
So,
if hell is true, which I sincerely doubt,
it just isn't.
I believe it's not right. I believe it's not true.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with science and things like that is you always have to have a little doubt. There's no 100% sure of anything. So 99%. I'm sure there isn't a God in hell and all that. So, but if there is, we're going to hell.
Yeah,
it's a bit sad, isn't it?
It's a bit of a blood moon, isn't it?
You know, being burned in hell for eternity.
Yeah,
it's not a very nice thing to do.
I think though, if we go to hell for eternity and burn in pain,
I
think there's a bit much because someone thousands of years ago stole a couple of apples.
Yeah,
you know, I think scrumping. Like scrumping for apples, like
you ain't got scrumpy.
No, not scrumpy, but scrumping for apples, stealing an apple. It wasn't even actually an apple from the Bible. It's just like it's been seen as an apple, but it wasn't an apple in the original translations. It wasn't actually an apple. It was just some kind of fruit. But it's a little bit.
Also, not only that. What? Go on.
Hell is when you get there and it's a dry county.
Okay.
Dry counties in America, we can't have any alcohol.
Oh,
we don't have such things as that in the UK.
I didn't understand that.
A dry county is a county where you're not allowed to drink alcohol. It's unbelievable. You can't.
It's got to be Ohio, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a few dry counties.
Yeah.
Become a Buddhist, then you can reincarnate. Says over easy mode. Yeah, good idea.
Yes, if the hell thing, the Christian hell thing is true, then like majority of people are in hell.
If it's true?
If it's true, majority of people are in hell because like you got all them other religions.
Yeah, of course.
They're all going to hell as well.
Yeah. People who've never had a chance.
95% of people are in hell.
Yeah, let's not go too heavy on this because there's lots of Americans watching. And Boxy Cat says, okay, I might not have these numbers right, but the gist of it is true. 60% of Americans believe in God, but 85% of Americans think they go to heaven. So even if they don't believe in God, surely there's a 25% disparity there. So if you don't believe in God, then you won't think you'll go to heaven, will you? Surely.
I don't care.
Boxy Cat says,
I'll say what I want.
Hell is full of Catholics, lawyers, and politicians.
I would like to think though, like if hell was true, that God would like look upon us as good people. And think, well, you're not going to hell. All right, you don't believe.
No,
you're a good person.
Yeah, but
you're not
if you go, a lot of people who make their own interpretation of the Bible believe that too, or think that too. But if you read the actual Bible, what it actually says, very, very few people are going to heaven. Yeah, you know. I don't know. And there's different interpretations as well. There's different things that it says, like you must give up all your goods and chattels and all that kind of thing, and live as a, there's various things. Let's not get into that. No. This is a horror tag, not a Bible tag.
Yeah.
We've only got 2 more to go. You may be happy to know. If you were trapped on an island, would you rather resort to cannibalism or die of starvation? Can't purchase, can drink privately. Not sure what he's talking about.
Not sure what you mean there, but
maybe it's talking about the dry counties.
The 25%.
I'm thinking just in case he does exist.
Right,
that's the old Pascal's wager where they say it's better to believe just in case he does exist.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
If a tree falls in the forest and no one around to hear it, can anyone give a shit?
No one hears it though. It's been scientifically proven. There's no sound.
Well, there is, but there's no one here. If you don't hear it, there's no one there to hear it, then the sound doesn't exist. It's something to do with sound waves bouncing off. If there's no one here to perceive the sound waves,
then there won't.
Then there is no. It's
but insects and animals will hear it. It's not. But humans might not.
But will they hear it in the same way? Animals will, but insects might have different hearing.
But something has to hear it for it to make a sound.
Great, I'd pick starvation because you really look bad for my cholesterol. No one's saying that we're going to be on the same island. And what's to say I'm not going to eat you first, skinny guy?
Yeah.
Tie you up, fatten you up. Man, if there's food there to fatten you, no, to be honest, I'd rather just die of starvation. Because you think to yourself, right, if it's this, man, I don't know, once the hunger sets in, you don't know, do you? But I'll be thinking to myself, this is so crap.
What was the question again?
Would you rather resort to cannibalism or die of starvation if you were stranded on a desert island?
It depends what the other people think.
What if they want to be eaten?
Yeah, because like it's happened in. You got the famous Colorado donor party.
Donor party, yeah. The doner kebab party.
Doner kebab party, yeah. There were kebabs. So it's happened. It has happened, but like if people are happy for them to be, if someone's dying, and they're happy for you to eat them, I'd go for cannibalism. Of course, you to survive.
Depends on the situation, like how many people there were. If it was, I
wouldn't want to kill someone.
But if it was like me and you on an island, and like whoever died first ate the other person, and it would be like, well, there's no guaranteeing that there's anything after this. You know, you just got to die of starvation after this anyway. I kind of think I'd rather just get it over with quickly, rather than go through the trauma of chopping up someone you know or just another human being and like eating them.
Again, that's a question that's quite fake because it depends on the situation. I think
I'd rather try and catch some fish.
I'd always be up for surviving, but it's like, you know, if all my mates don't want to be eaten, then it's like...
I'm sure they wouldn't.
I'm sure they... Yeah, but if they're
once they're dead, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But
you can still be...
I wouldn't want to kill them.
No, but you can still be the necrophiliac from the question about 10 questions ago. You can shag them and then kill them. And then they come back and haunt you.
Yeah.
And then you end up in hell.
Oh, God.
That's all the questions rolled into one there.
But I wouldn't want to kill a person unless they're a complete arsehole.
Yeah.
And eat them. If they're a complete arsehole, maybe they deserve to be killed.
Starvation is quicker unless you have a lifetime supply of bodies to munch on. Exactly, yeah. Sneak Archer Illusionist.
Good name.
He's talking about Skyrim. I can't imagine too many people tasting very good. No, apparently it tastes like pig. That's why we're called long pig, aren't we? Human beings are considered as long pig, aren't they, in cannibal societies?
Okay.
That's one of the things they say. We all taste like chicken, probably. There's a Stephen King short story called Survivor Type. A surgeon is smuggling cocaine on a cruise ship. The ship wrecks and he ends up on a tiny island. He ends up going insane, eating himself.
Eating himself? That's interesting.
Grubs are nutritious. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Bugsy Cat says, so a happy ending.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
Have we even answered that definitively? Definitively.
I think in certain circumstances, maybe cannibalism. To be honest, it's a situation you wouldn't know until you was in it.
Yeah.
Because when the hunger is so much and you see someone's dead.
If someone's dead, I'd eat them. Survive.
But the thing is, when you get to that kind of desperation, that kind of hunger, you don't know what you would do. You might kill them. I mean, there was the ship people who was shipwrecked or something, and there was on a raft, a lifeboat, or whatever. They ended up in the cabin boy. That's happened a few times in history. And like they said that I can't remember the ruling ones now. There was a court ruling about it, about if you're allowed to like eat human flesh in certain circumstances, what it means you're going to be alive. I think they decided against it and they went to prison.
Right.
But then they were let off on a pardon or something like that. I seem to recall.
I don't like the idea of a hierarchy of eating people. You know what I mean? It's like...
Who draws the short straw?
Yeah.
That's the kind of lottery you don't want to lose, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly. No. Interesting question, though.
I think I might rather wander off and die on my own. Die on your own terms. Because what kind of existence is it? You got no YouTube. The only thing you got to look forward to is staring at the sun and eating like your colleagues and your friends. Yeah. It's like, yeah. And this is the last question now. Unless any of you guys out there have got any questions for us, feel free to hit us with some questions.
Good point.
And don't forget to give your own answers to these questions as well.
Yeah.
Right. If you could ask the devil a question, what would it be?
That's interesting.
I was thinking about this one earlier on. You know the definition of mutual trust? 2 cannibals having a 69.
That's pretty good.
The final story line of the story is they taste just like ladyfingers.
Okay.
Yeah, human equals long pig, says Buxy Cat. Grub. Yeah, I think I'd go for eating grubs.
He's sick.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
He's English, I think. So yeah, he's another sicko.
Yeah,
yeah.
We're quite sick in England, aren't we? We love our sick shit.
we see we don't.
The devil. I don't know.
Well, if the devil was alive.
We like devil stuff, though, don't we? We'd be like, cool, high five.
But being kind of irreligious again, I would say to the devil, why did God create you knowing that you would talk to Eve and make her eat from the apple of the tree of knowledge and wisdom?
You're getting to...
getting to... Why did God create you? He knew that you was going to do that and make him be angry. But he knew that because he's... He knows everything. He's omniscient.
Why doesn't God sort out the devil?
Knowing that you were going to do that.
What's the point of the devil?
Yeah.
Like, the point of the devil is to scare people into liking God, basically. Let's be honest. That's what the devil is about. We shouldn't get into
Shadeless Arcade. Hello, Gray. Been a while. All right, mate. Where does the blue fluff in my belly button come from when I only wear black T-shirts? That's an interesting question.
It's a mixture of the skin.
Yeah. What, blue fluff?
I don't know. I just made that up.
I think there's a blue fluff pixie that comes around and puts blue fluff in people's belly buttons.
Satan is God's evil twin brother. True. What would I say? It's like, stop being an arsehole. Stop being nasty.
Oh, so you're believing in the... he's asking you've got to ask him a question, not make a
asking a question.
Yeah, I think that was asking a question.
Why are you so evil? Don't be evil. I don't know. What do you ask him? Stop hurting people? I don't know.
I just think, maybe if you saw the devil and you actually knew it was the devil and existed,
it
would certainly colour all your beliefs, wouldn't it?
Could you not, like, torture people to the end of time, please?
Yeah.
I think I would say that.
Right, that's more of an implication than a question. But no, I suppose it's kind of a question. Some other plea.
Do you enjoy what you're doing?
Satan was God's favourite angle, apparently.
Do you enjoy what you're doing, Mr. Devil?
Yeah. Oh, why have you got all the best music? That's a good one.
There is that. Yeah. There is that. Yeah. Devil, hell ain't a bad place to be.
Yeah. 50 Shades of Grey, says Tayas.
Yeah.
That's the next video.
Yeah. And we got a lot from Buxy Cat here.
Yeah. He's quite active in some of my Skyrim streams as well. Always got lots of interesting things to say. Yeah, no, he wasn't his brother. God doesn't have a brother, does he? Not in any of the biblical texts. He's the one constant, isn't he? Before time and space and everything was created. Like, he created the universe and everything before he created light, wasn't it? Or something like that. He created
the universe before he created light. Yeah. So he did the universe in the dark. What the fuck? Well done.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well done with that.
Yeah. Let's not go there.
Yes, not go there.
Love your chocolate, Mr. Devil. Is there a chocolate called Devil chocolate in America? American chocolate is horrible. I had some. I watched
American chocolate.
You go to America and eat their chocolate. It's not the same as our chocolate. Same as their ice cream. Their ice cream is horrible.
What do you mean?
It's not the same as we do ice cream.
I don't remember their ice cream and chocolate being bad.
Did you have ice cream when you were over there?
Probably. I can't remember. It's been a long time.
It's like ice. It's just like ice. It's like flavoured ice.
When I was in New Orleans, the ice cream was fucking lovely.
Yeah?
Yeah. And they got, thing is,
maybe they've changed it.
Their version.
When I went there when I was 13 years old, their ice cream was horrible.
That's a long time ago, mate.
Yeah.
Their versions of chocolate bars that are same as us are different.
Yeah.
Like their Twix and Milky Way is different style to us.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
I can't eat any of that Devil's stuff, food cake versus angel food cake. I've never tried either of them.
What's food cake?
This is like a cake. I've heard of it as being a cake kind of stuff, but I've no idea what the difference is.
I don't know. Tell us what food cake is.
Yeah.
Tejas, because we don't know.
Yeah, Satan was God's favourite angel. This is true.
Yeah,
it's true. Well, no, it's not true. It's true according to the Bible.
Bakewell tart was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, Bakewell tart.
Yeah.
Ouch,
like
Gray. I grew up on that. I don't know what he's talking about.
Ouch, Gray.
What did I say?
I'll say that was painful.
I'm sorry, Shadeless Arcade. If I
Explain.
Yeah.
We're quite drunk now, so explain.
This is 8% that we're drinking here. This is K, rock gut or tooth breaker or whatever you want to call it.
It's nice though, isn't it?
It rots your brain.
I
kind of wish
I grew up now. What was it?
I don't know. What did I say? Not the Bible, though. I don't know. Maybe it was.
Ouch.
I said lots of things.
What was painful?
I don't know. I said lots
we
of
said
things.
a lot of things that are painful today.
Yeah. I'm surprised you've gone for an hour and 30 minutes. This is kind of what I want to. I quite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When I decided to do this, slagging off American chocolate. Oh right, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember the chocolate not being nice. Actually, I can't remember.
I used to like the.
I know the ice cream wasn't nice.
The Babe Ruth is nice. You got Twinkies. They're not that nice.
Have you had a Twinkie?
Yeah, I've had a Twinkie.
Oh, you bastard! I've always wanted to have a Twinkie.
They're not that nice.
No, but in the comics, as a kid, in the 70s and 80s, there was adverts for Twinkies cupcakes in every single comic book. And I've never had a Twinkie, and I've always wanted to have one.
What I love about American chocolate, is there's so many different versions of the same thing. So you got M&Ms, and there's like 10 different versions.
Peanut butter, chili M&Ms.
Honestly, there's loads.
Sewage M&Ms.
Skittles, there's loads.
Apparently, there's something called
Reese's. There's tons.
World-class chocolate ice cream from Baskin Robbins.
Okay.
I'll send you a Twinkie, G-Man.
I can't eat any of that stuff.
I hear the donuts are good, though. I've been talking about doing... I've had planned to do a new intro for my channel for months, but I've kind of been not bothering and kind of down kind of thing. But I'm going to do a new... to be honest, I want to do it with Lisa anyway, and I've not seen Lisa since March. But when I go see Lisa again, I'm finally going to film the new intro for my channel, which is going to be based on the Twinkies adverts. It's going to be me like lying in bed going, I'm not going to do a blog today. I can't be bothered. And Lisa will come and said, but I give you this grossness Twinkie or grossness cupcake or whatever it is. And I go, and I jump up and I do a video. That was my idea.
I like that.
Twinkies have a shelf life of 50 years. That was.
They're basically sponge
Zombieland. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but the fact is, it was all.
It basically tastes of sugar.
Things in American comics. Yeah, as a kid, I was jealous of never having the chance to try a Twinkie because they looked like they were good because they always stopped criminals from committing crimes. They were so interested in eating these Twinkies that they stopped committing the crime they was in the middle of. Cool. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, because Twinkies were so nice. And also they always had center spreads of the cartoons that were being shown on American TV.
Right.
It'd be like 3 hours solid of awesome cartoons, all the different superheroes you could think of. We had shit TV compared to the cartoons they had in America.
Yeah, you think? I don't know.
No, we did because I see the adverts. 3 hours solid of awesome cartoon after awesome cartoon. And we had like Tiswas and bloody well Saturday Swap Shop.
Mate, we had
shit like that.
We had Tom and Jerry, mate.
Yeah, but they had Tom and Jerry as well. But they had extras as well as Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry was cool. Bugs Bunny is cool. Yeah. Who's your nerd? He's coming in with some Bugs Bunny. Can I just say, controversial maybe, but Daffy Duck is evidently better than Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, I love Daffy Duck.
Daffy Duck, my favorite, some of my favorite cartoons, Daffy Duck with the Abominable Snowman. When the Abominable Snowman is doing a riff on the George and Lenny from Of Mice and Men, and he's going, I've got to hug him and pet him and call him George. And like Daffy Duck's going, life's been squeezed out of him. Well, like the Abominable Snowman is patting him on the back and his head's like shooting up like,
I love the slapstick violence of like the old cartoons. I like Roadrunner.
Yeah, Roadrunner, Acme this and Acme that.
Yeah. And Sylvester Cat.
Man, sorry to disappoint, but unless a Twinkie is deep fried, they're pretty gross. He must be Scottish.
He must be Scottish.
And Buxy Cat says Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew. He means Pepe Le Pew, I think. He's a stalker. Discuss.
I love Pepe Le Pew.
Is funny as well. Do you know what I don't know where I heard it recently. I was in my comic shop when I went to the comic shop the other day. I did a video a couple of days ago, and they were talking about Benny Hill's cool, but they were talking about apparently Oh, what's his name? Oh, bugger, my brain's gone.
Benny Hill was shit.
Oh,
but for some reason, America loved it.
They do really love it, Benny Hill. We kind of lost the love for it.
Oh, I hate
but
it.
Americans love. They still retain the love for Benny Hill. I didn't mind it at the time, I think, but it kind of got tired quite quickly for me. Yeah.
Each to their own.
Yeah.
Carry on what you were saying.
I forgot what I was saying. It was the hunter from the cartoon. What? Not Wile E. Coyote. The slaphead hunter with the hat.
Oh, Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're making new cartoons. Elmer Fudd is not allowed to carry a gun anymore.
Well, I'm not surprised. Yeah.
But come on.
His gun never killed anyone.
No, he never killed anybody, but he was a hunter.
Yeah.
There are still people hunting in America with guns. So why is it suddenly no longer appropriate for a cartoon?
I know. The thing I love about Elmer Fudd was he was a hunter, but he never killed anyone in any cartoon. And when he shot someone, they would never be killed.
No, the face would go powder burns, and their bills would turn upside down or be on top of their heads. Or
and when he shot,
there was always Daffy Duck that got shot. Daffy never got shot. He was shot at, but he never got shot. He never got hit. Daffy was always getting hit because he was the butt of the joke.
But then the funny thing was with Elmer Fudd, he would get sad. If he did actually think he killed someone, it was sad, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I think Buxy Cat's gone. Bye, Buxy.
Bye, Buxy.
He has a fucking scythe, according to Shady's Arcade. What is that? The new I've forgotten his name again already.
What?
Elmer Fudd. Yeah. Elmer Fudd carries a scythe now.
What? That's even worse. That's got to be more painful.
Yeah, to be chopped over a scythe. What is he, deaf or something? Oh, the message has been retracted. So the world is effed up when Elmer can't carry a gun. Yeah, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck during the hunting season, duck season, rabbit season, duck season. It's so funny, and stupid things like Tom and Jerry were like,
I love Tom and Jerry.
Oh man, just the stupid things. The things. Like bumps grow on the top of their heads, or one time he gets hit with a melon and he goes down his throat and he turns into a melon shape. It's so offensive. It's just so silly, but it's so funny. Yeah. It's just so.
It's so inventive the way they did it.
Yosemite Sam was the better villain. Yeah,
I love Yosemite Sam. I love Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, Yosemite Sam is cool.
Yeah,
it's got a good tash.
Yeah.
But all of them Looney Tunes are just absolute class. Much better than the Disney.
And they were like
I never found
30s
Disney.
and 40s, weren't they? 30s and 40s,
some of them. Yeah, I never thought the Disney was that great, to be honest. Like compared like the Mickey Mouse and the Daffy Duck and
Warner Brothers is more street.
Duck.
Warner Brothers is more street. But
the Looney Tunes are just awesome.
Yeah.
But a scythe is more disturbing than a gun. You're right. He's actually carrying a scythe.
That's more disturbing.
Surely someone killing someone
with hacking the head off of Bugs Bunny now. What the fuck?
That's somehow better than killing it quickly with a gun, even though it's not going to kill it because it's a cartoon where no one actually dies.
No one dies.
Right. And what can they
shoot someone? They just go black, don't they?
And like foghorn leghorn, the way the way you'd always like measure out how long the dog's chain was, and they draw a line like just where the dog would no longer be able to reach him, and then smack him over the head, get back to the line, and when he gets to the end, he's going, you just smack him over the head with a hammer or whatever. Yeah, Hanna-Barbera cartoons aren't bad. They're not too bad. Not as good.
I don't know them.
Hanna-Barbera is like Yogi Bear, the Hair Bear Bunch, the Great Grape Ape, Inch High, Private Eye.
Sort of.
I remember them more from having annuals. My dad used to buy me annuals at Christmas, and it would be annuals of like Scooby-Doo again was also Hanna-Barbera, and Snaggletooth. I think he was a cat. Or was it? There was a shark. I never really saw those ones much, to be honest. Did you have Hanna-Barbera? Yeah, we had a couple of them. We had a few. But not masses. I mean, the Hair Bear Bunch, I'm sure they were Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, maybe.
Didn't see a great... And, Speed Buggy. No, we never really saw Speed Buggy.
No, I don't know that one.
This is the thing, like I was saying earlier on, we didn't get as many cartoons as you guys got over there. And I also always see the cartoons advertised in comic books. And I'll be like, oh, man, I don't get all these.
I liked... Because in the 80s, when I was a kid, really, I really didn't like... a lot of American cartoons that had a lot of talking in it. Okay. I like the old school, like just slapstick.
Yeah, a bit of music,
not a lot of talking,
top,
and, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I prefer the superhero shows from Hanna-Barbera. I don't know it, to be honest.
I think Hanna-Barbera had Space Ghost.
Don't know it.
I think Space Ghost Coast to Coast. We only ever saw that as an adult cartoon with an overdubbing.
Really?
They used to do it on Channel 4. I'm sure they used to do it on Channel 4 at midnight or something like that.
No more than
and
me.
then they messed around with it. So I only remember Space Ghost as being like a adapted for adults kind of cartoon. I never saw Birdman and Thunder the Barbarian. There was a comic strip we had called Birdman. I think it was in Topper magazine or something like that, but it wasn't the same Birdman, I don't think. Birdman, it was like a play on Batman and Robin, but it was Birdman, and I can't remember who his assistant was. Yeah, but no, we never really got any of those much, to be honest. Oh dear. Elmer Fudd without a gun. Pepe Le Pew without being a sex pest to cats. Interspecies sex pest, Pepe Le Pew, when you think about it.
Yeah, there was a lot of violence in the Tom and Jerry, but you knew as a kid it was slapstick.
Did anyone ever smack an over the head with a blinking shovel because they saw it on a blinking? No, I'm pretty sure they never.
Or like slam the piano down his fingers and that piano shape. I love the way Tom would scream when there's a bit of pain. Yeah. Just love it. But
there were some questionable depictions of Tom's owner.
Oh yeah, the black lady that you only ever see the legs.
Yeah, because she was standing on the chair to get away from the house. Thomas, what she used to say. The Herculoids. That sounds like something you need a cream for. The Herculoids. Quickmore, Draw McGraw. You never. Oh, Top Cat. Top Cat was on we had quite a bit. He was a Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
Top Cat, the most sensational leader.
Too much talking.
He's the top. He's the tip. He's the championship. He's the most tip top.
Top Cat. It's just not interesting. Too much talking.
The theme was the best part about that show. Actually. Yeah, I quite like Top Cat.
I don't like cartoons that talk too much.
Yeah, you're. Bit of a
I'm an old school. I'm an old school. Low intelligence.
Low
Top Cat was okay, but I was just not.
I think was Flintstones Hanna-Barbera as well. Wacky Races were quite good.
I
used to be able to draw
Wacky Races were quite
Muttley.
nice.
I used to be able to draw Muttley. I used to draw Muttley all over my school books at work. Somehow I learned how to draw Muttley, and that was my thing at school. I drew Muttley everywhere.
You know what really pissed me
Underdog
off?
We never saw.
You know what pissed me off about the Flintstones? Because I didn't mind the Flintstones. It's the fake laughter.
Oh, yeah, these have a laughter track.
Yeah, they're stupid.
Canned laughter.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
Like no English cartoon had a fake laughter track. It's just silly. But I didn't mind the Flintstones. It was
the Impossibles, isn't Impossibles? That's not the modern one. By Pixar. No, what's that? The Incredibles.
That's Incredibles.
I never heard of the Impossibles.
I don't know that one. No.
Yeah, Underdog and the Impossibles. We never had Adamant.
What?
Adamant.
As in the...
We had Atom. Was it not Ataman? It was an Ataman. Mighty Mouse. No, Mighty Mouse.
I liked Mighty Mouse.
Batfink. Do you remember Batfink? My wings are like a shield of steel.
No, Batfink.
Batfink. Yeah.
I know that as a...
I am more of a Nick cartoon guy like Ren and Stimpy and Rocco's Modern Life. And Comics for All People #1 says, hello. Well, Grey Man, hello. Hello.
I'll tell you 2 English cartoons I liked a lot.
Yeah.
Was Banana Man.
Okay.
I loved Banana Man.
I used to have the comics. The Banana Man started in Nutty. A comic called Nutty. And I had Nutty #1. I had quite a long run of Nutty. And I sold them all when I started eBaying.
When Eric eats a banana, I loved it. And Danger Mouse.
He used to live on a cage. Yeah, Danger
Mouse.
Yeah, Danger
Brilliant.
Mouse.
Danger Mouse and Pinfall.
Danger Mouse. Amazing. Danger Mouse. And when I was talking about earlier on, I talked about having a role-playing game I used to do called Villains and Vigilantes.
Yeah.
And my superhero team was called Powerhouse. Because at one point in the Danger Mouse theme, goes, Danger Mouse, Powerhouse. Like that. And I thought, Powerhouse is a really good name for a superhero team. So I called my superhero team Powerhouse.
Okay. There was Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, Mighty Mouse.
American thing.
Super Ted, that was a British thing.
Super Ted, yeah, a bit nice.
Yeah.
It was a little bit too British and nice, but I didn't mind Super Ted.
Some are...
There's Mighty Mouse, which I didn't mind.
Yeah, I can't remember it now.
But honestly, Danger Mouse was so good.
Yeah.
And Banana Man.
Yeah.
And Baron Greenback.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty cool. Jabberjaw. That's the shark from.
No, that one.
Yeah, I kind of know him past, but I don't remember ever seeing his cartoons though. But I saw him like 'cause he crossed over with a comic book. There's a comic, I think it was Aquaman and Jabberjaw, or something like that. And I've sort of half recognised him when I saw him, but I don't remember ever seeing any comics or cartoons of him. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh.
But we had old programs like Bagpuss and.
I love Bagpuss.
Bagpuss was awesome.
I love Bagpuss.
Check out Bagpuss, guys. Bagpuss. Someone was chatting to me about Bagpuss. I think it might have been Buxty Cat. Might have been talking about Bagpuss recently.
It's funny Bagpuss because it was start exactly the same.
Yeah.
Every week, but you wanted that. You wanted the mouse running down.
Familiar.
You wanted the bird to walk down the book.
Professor Yaffle.
Yeah, and the
mouse organ.
Yeah, to do exactly the same thing. So funny.
Yeah.
Like
Woody the Woodpecker. Yeah. That was Woody the Woodpecker. I remember him.
Woody. Yeah, that was cool. I did like Sesame Street though.
Yeah,
I really liked Sesame Street.
It wasn't bad.
I love Sesame Street.
1, 2.
Count Dracula, come on.
He was just called the Count.
The Count, yeah. And Bert and Ernie.
Yeah.
I used to love Bert and Ernie because they used to argue all the time.
I used to like Grouch. I used to have. I've actually got a teddy bear Grouch up in my loft still. I'm sure he's still up there.
Hey, Bert.
Wally Gator. No, I never saw Wally Gator.
Ernie.
Yeah.
I used to love Bert and Ernie.
Jabberjaws was in a Hanna-Barbera comic.
Yeah.
I think I preferred the Muppets to Sesame Street.
And Muppets.
The Swedish Chef.
Yeah,
and,
Muppets I didn't mind.
Beaker.
Who's the drummer?
Animal.
I've
got a pair of.
Oh yeah, there you are.
No, this is Batman.
Oh, right, okay.
But I've got a pair of animal bottoms as well.
I love
Animal with the.
It's a lunatic.
Wasn't it like the Ginger Baker? Was he a drummer? I think he did his drummer for it. I think he did the drumming for Animal. I think it was
did he?
Yeah.
But I like Sesame Street
Miss
and
Piggy
the Muppets
and Kermit and all that.
Too bad.
Yeah, they weren't bad.
Yeah.
They were quite. They were interesting. Jambo, thanks. Already subbed you. Good stuff. Yeah, Jim Henson was a legend. Says this arcade.
Fucking Labyrinth. Such a good film.
Was that Jim Henson did that as well? And that's so adult, isn't it? Well, it's kind of like it's like an adult fairy story.
Yeah, it has paedophilia in it. It's brilliant.
I don't remember that bit, but
well, David Bowie is kind of liking a teenager.
Oh, Labyrinth. Sorry, I was getting confused. I was thinking of Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, which is an amazing film.
Pan's Labyrinth is really good.
Labyrinth is a fucking
Snagglepuss. Snagglepuss was great.
But Labyrinth is really cool. I always like.
I've never watched Labyrinth.
Oh, it's cool. It's good.
There's like various fantasy movies where people always go on about like greats for your childhood. Yeah. Labyrinth, I never bothered watching. Never saw it all the way through. The Goonies, I've never watched.
Oh, what? The Goonies is brilliant.
Never watched, never cared to.
No, you got to watch it. It's great. It's great. The kids are slightly annoying.
Exactly.
I'm not going to lie.
Exactly.
But it's great. I love
Willow.
it.
Did you ever see Willow?
Oh, it's great.
Never watched it.
I got a feeling if I looked at it now, I might not like it.
Yeah.
But at the time, I liked it.
Yeah.
But
did you ever see
Labyrinth's great.
Hawk the Slayer?
No, I mean
Crawl.
Yeah,
like fantasy. You watched them, or no, you never saw them. You never saw them. No, apparently a young Jennifer Connelly was in Labyrinth.
Yeah, can I? Yeah, well, exactly. Can I talk about the paedophilia side of the?
Talk about whatever you like. You scary man.
Well, you know what, right?
Yeah.
At the time when I was a kid.
Lady Hawk.
David Bowie liking Jennifer Connelly when she's a teenager was kind of normal. Okay, an adult likes another adult because Jennifer Connelly's probably about 5 years older than me.
Right.
At the time. And you didn't think much of it. When you look back at
Looking
it now.
Back as an adult, it's a lot
David
more...
Bowie, who's an old man, even then, is liking this 15, 14-year-old girl. It's creepy as fuck.
Well, liking her in I want to have nookie time with you.
Yeah,
kind of
it's not obvious, but you would never make a film like that now.
No,
that's what I'm thinking.
Too creepy.
Yeah, creepy as fuck.
Comics for All People #1 has said, Captain Caveman!
Yeah, Captain Caveman was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I put that. I did a video for Caveman, a Man Cave Comics. Rather, he sent me an AOK. I think it was from that. And I put Captain Cave because I always call him Caveman when I talk to him.
The moment in Goonies when they meet the monster bloke who's been tied up by he's a good guy in the end, but
yeah, I've seen
but,
pictures of
him.
him.
But when he turns around, I fucking scared the shit. You know, it was scary.
It looks like someone out from the Hills of Eyes, doesn't it?
Yeah,
yeah.
It's got that vibe.
Hellboy. I really enjoyed the first Hellboy movie.
I didn't like it. I don't like the Hellboys. I think they're silly.
What?
Sorry, I think they're silly films. I don't like the Hellboys.
Is that because
I watched it and I was like, it's all right. But it's silly.
Oh man, I enjoyed the Hellboy movies. I thought they were cool.
And the second one I saw, I was like, oh Christ.
Man, where's your sense of fantasy and adventure?
I'm not. The problem with me, I'm quite based in reality. I find it hard to go into the fantasy realm too much. It has to be really good.
You don't watch any of the superhero movies, either, do you?
Nah, I'm not a huge fan. I mean,
you can't read.
I'm not a comic person, superhero guy. I mean,
what did you do in your life? What happened to you as a kid? Where did they touch you? Show me on the doll.
Well, my comic thing was Beano.
Oh yeah.
As a kid, that was my comic thing. I loved the Beano.
Yeah.
I mean, in America, it was mainly Dandy, or was that English?
No, they were both English.
Both English,
but Dennis the Menace, which was the star of the Beano, was also a character in America, but a completely different Dennis the Menace. There's a little blonde kid who was a little shit, rather than a dark-haired kid and his dog who was a little shit.
It's interesting to see what Beano's like now, because I guarantee you they cannot write some of the characters like they were back in the day.
They can't have bully beef. Bully beef used to beat people up every week. The Toffs and used to get beaten up by the Bash Street Kid. I think there was the Jocks and the Geordies. They'd fight tooth and nail every week in the blinking.
Do you remember Meaning the Minx?
Yeah.
Her dad used to beat her every
slap
day.
her ass.
Yeah.
They all used to get spanked at the end, didn't they? Because they were naughty kids. They got spanked.
That's what was normal.
As kids, it was like,
I guarantee you
they deserved it. They were acting up. They deserved getting their asses spanked. Tay has to talk about Pink Floyd, The Wall. He might have seen you mention it the other day. I think he was talking about it the other day.
Well,
the guy from the Goonies, the film guy, was called Sloth. And Jambo's asking if you like Michael Moorcock.
Well, that's where my name comes from, Mr. Jambo.
Yeah.
Basically, my parents were basically high on drugs, probably, and basically hippie-fied. No, I mean, the truth is they loved Michael Moorcock.
Yeah.
And
they were hippies.
And drugged out of their minds. And they wanted to call their new son something a little bit interesting. So, they picked Elric from Michael Moorcock. So that's actually what it was. Yeah, that's cool. It's great.
It's different.
It's different.
Everyone calls you Eric because I've never heard of anyone called Elric before. I can't wait till there's a fucking Elric film. When there's an Elric of Melanie Bone film, a big budget Elric film,
then everyone's going to ask it.
No, everyone's going to say, oh, you just fucking named yourself after the film, you fucking pretentious twat. I bet your real name's Terry.
Greg.
Kevin. Your name's Kevin, really, and you just want to call yourself Elric because you want to be cool, like the new movie.
There's been rumours for years about them doing an Elric film.
Yeah.
It's never happened, but
I need to get the first appearance of Elric in Marvel Comics. The first appearance of Elric in Marvel is in the early appearance of Conan. I think it might be Conan #9, but it's quite a big book now. Yeah. I actually have a few Elric books, comic books, that Elric gave me. Yeah. So I'm like, that's a fucking claim to fame. I have Elric books gifted to me by an Elric. Spaceballs is a good thing,
I like Spaceballs.
And Jambo saying they need to make that. They should get you to star. Elric Newby as Elric of Melanie Bone.
Tay Jazz, Pink Floyd, The Wall. Well, I don't know if you saw my thing we did before.
Black Star vinyl entry.
Pink Floyd The Wall is probably my favourite album of all time, actually. And
hold on a second. Yes. You used to say the live one by Black Sabbath was your favourite. Don't keep changing. Don't keep changing, mate. I fucking see you make it up as you go along.
Pink Floyd, The Wall, and Live Evil by Black Sabbath are definitely my favourite albums of all time, but definitely my most emotional album of all time, Tejas. So
I'm with Jambo. He's saying get the guy, Peter, whatever his name was, who did Lord of the Rings to do the Elric movie. Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson, yeah.
I'd like to see Peter Jackson do some horror movies again because we
he used to be a slasher movie guy.
Well, not slasher movie, but like not slashers, but like silly zombie comedy. Like Bad Taste wasn't a slasher, but it was
brutal,
yeah, and like the 6 special effects, but it had humor and comedy as well. And the same with Brain Dead. Brain Dead.
Which you named your...
Yeah.
Did you name the club after the film?
Yeah, we did, yeah. Apparently you remind comics for all people of Loki.
What's that then?
Loki is the god of mischief from Norse mythology. He's also in the comic books, and he stars in 4 comic books.
Is he good looking?
I don't think he look anything like him, so I don't know where comics for all people is coming from, but he's all right. I suppose
he's good looking.
Well, you know, he's better looking than you.
Oh no!
Rock and roll, rock and roll. I think he means, or heavy metal.
I like both.
Yeah, I like both. When it comes to listening, we're both headbangers.
You're more of a metalhead than I am, but I like a bit of both, you know.
Oh yeah, but you're not. When I think of rock and roll, it's about 50s. I mean,
you're thinking 50s.
Yeah, because rock and roll to me, people say, "Oh yeah, we're rock and roll," and they're like, "No, you're not. You're just like slow heavy metal.
Yeah.
You're just like modern rock." Like when Motorhead says they're rock and roll, I'm like, "You're not really though, are you?"
Yeah.
Rock and roll is 50s. Rock and roll is Chuck Berry and the 50s bands that my dad loves that I do a podcast with, Catman Jack 50s Hot. And you should check it out if you like rock and roll 50s. Check out Catman Jack's 50s Hot. Yeah. And so is heavy metal. So is heavy metal what? I don't know.
If you like heavy metal, tune into Metal Devastation Radio
and High Speed Hangover Podcast. Tejas is asking, no, the animation. Oh, animation movies, right? I never heard of Rock and Roll as an animation movie, but there's a heavy metal. There was a heavy metal magazine.
Yeah,
it was like a sci-fi magazine.
That's right. Yeah,
and it had tits and ladies' bottoms in it.
That's
there was a barbarian who used to walk around. He had a bald head and a big wang that used to flap around his thighs, and he used to shag everything going. And I'd like to be that guy. But,
is comic for the people American?
Yeah, comics for all people. Number 1, I believe, is an American guy.
That's what I'm saying. It says Kiss best band ever. The thing is, I'm not really into Kiss, and the thing is, Kiss never really took to the British Isles. No. I mean, like, there are people obviously that love Kiss in Britain, but really, America.
They never got huge.
No, America was
like a stadium band. Or
Kiss and Aerosmith, and England was Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin. It's just never really.
Iron Maiden.
Yeah,
the better
Kiss never really translated too much. I'm not that into Kiss really.
Over Easy Mode saying Den. Oh, Den I think was the name of the barbarian who was wang out in Heavy Metal. I think that was his name. Now that Over Easy Mode is saying it.
Heavy Metal was a great movie.
Apparently Rock and Roll is an animated movie. I never heard of that one. And Heavy Metal. I've seen the Heavy Metal movie. I wasn't overly impressed with it.
Okay.
Probably has some TNA in it.
If that's the movie from 1981, Black Sabbath actually recorded Mob Rules, the track for the Heavy Metal movie.
Right.
And it was a different version to the album.
Tess is saying, Rock and Roll, my name is Mock. Thanks a lot. I never heard of that one. I have to look that one up. Yeah, Dennis from Heavy Metal. Was he the barbarian with a bald head and his wang out all the time?
I don't know.
Like he spent more time shagging like alien princesses than he did fighting people.
Fair enough. Good on him. Yeah. That's how Led Zeppelin, I made in. Yeah. The big 3.
Is Jambo a rocker metalhead? I didn't realise.
I'd have to throw in Deep Purple in there as well.
Right.
But yeah, cool.
Jambo is really cool. He's got great comics on his channel. And I like it when he goes, subscribe. He always, he shows like an icon from like pop, not pop, but like popular kind of like culture-y, kind of like a I don't know, someone who played an old character from a TV movie, and then hold them up and he goes, and this whatever her name is, like for example Linda Carter Linda Carter says subscribe. I always like it when he does it. It's always a lot of fun. Like Pink Floyd and the Stones are great according to Comics for All People.
Stones are pretty good.
Oh, Jambo likes King Crimson as well.
Oh, King Crimson, the first King Crimson. That's
kind of lingus, isn't it? King Crimson.
The first King Crimson album is fucking awesome.
Tejas is asking about Fritz the Cat again. Is that not like an adult like cartoon? Is Fritz the Cat not Robert Crumb? Did he do Fritz the Cat? And I think there was a cartoon of it, like an adult kind of cartoon where Fritz the Cat is going around shagging things and stuff.
Okay.
I'm sure that's Fritz the Cat. I could be mistaken.
I'm rather liking people talking about music now.
Yeah, we've gone off on a tangent.
Yeah, I like it.
We've done all the questions from that now.
Yeah.
We're coming up to 2
Talk
hours.
about music. I like it.
Yeah.
This is where I like my things.
You're more of a music geek.
Yeah, I'm more of a music
I need to show you some comic books. Like, all right, okay. How about this for a future video? A future video, right?
Yeah.
I give Elric a comic or graphic novel to read.
That's interesting.
He has to read it and come back to me with what he thinks of it. What do you think I should give him to? We were drinking K. We've run out. Have you finished yours yet? Oh man, we've drunk 2 cans of K, which is
almost, to be honest,
strong 8%. 2 cans of
I've never like. It's not like I've been like against comic books.
No, it just
I appreciate it. It's just never something I got into. But I can fully understand why people are into it.
Yeah,
coming from a man who likes nerdy stuff, you know.
You're more into the listening than you are into the reading.
Yeah, but I love books.
Are you read a few?
I love books.
Right, I wasn't sure if you read books, much.
Yeah, I love books.
But you never read the Elric books.
It's too difficult.
Yeah, how's it difficult?
Yeah,
it's named after you, or you named after it.
I had a load of Elric books that my dad had, but I got rid of them because I was just never in my life going to read them all. Okay. But I will get into it.
Over Easy Mode is saying, watch Wizards, an animated film from Ralph Bakshi. I've not heard of Wizards.
No.
Oh, and Over Easy Mode is saying, give you Sin City to read. I actually don't have any Sin City books.
Was that a comic to start with?
Yeah. Did you see the film?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that actually started off as a comic. There's a few comics, in fact. And someone else is saying, give him 2 rocks.
The film looked like the comic.
I think it had that kind of thing. Yeah, that's similar.
The style was amazing.
I love the films. I love the film. The second one was a bit crap.
Yeah.
Oh, bye, Jambo. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Don't leave us.
Make sure you listen to make sure you watch my blog later on. Give your friend some Conan or 4 to read. But I haven't got a graphic novel. I was thinking it'd be better to give you a graphic novel with a complete story rather than just like a couple of issues of Conan or a couple of issues of 4. I might give you. Have you actually ever read Watchmen?
No.
Did you watch the movie?
I might have. I can't remember if I watched Watchmen. I might have watched Watchmen.
Do you think Watchmen only makes sense and is good if you actually know comic books already? Could you read Watchmen on its own with having no prior knowledge of the comics medium? I'm talking to people out there, not you.
Yeah.
Without, I think Watchmen, you've got to know comic books and know comic tropes and comic ways for Watchmen to be something which is awesome and interesting. What do you guys think? Do you think you can read Watchmen completely separate from any other comic media and still get the same kind of feeling and insight or whatever you want to call it into it?
It's interesting with you with the comics and films because you're not really an elitist, are you, with the comic film thing? You quite like the films.
Yeah.
You don't like, that's nothing like the comic. I used
to be. I used to be. When this is like people like some.
You like the films though, don't you?
All the films nowadays. I like what I am now. Right, let's go there. Back in 1989, when the first Batman movie came out, with Michael Keaton. Yeah. Michael Keaton. Watchmen is a good read, but is it a good read over Easy Mode if you've never read any other comic books? I think if you haven't read other comic books and you're not really familiar with the comic book format and stuff, I don't think Watchmen is as good unless you are familiar with it.
What do you think, that guy?
Comics for All People says Watchmen, Magic Order, or Umbrella Academy. I've not actually got the latter two. I've seen the TV show Umbrella Academy. And Comic Dino is saying, so what you're saying is you can't watch the Watchmen unless you first watch the men that aren't the Watchmen. No, I'm not saying that. I'm more saying the fact you won't understand Watchmen as well, and you won't get as deeper, meaningful kind of like feeling from reading Watchmen unless you're familiar with comic books full stop. I mean, you won't see what's being done differently in Watchmen compared to what's being done in other comic books. Over Easy Mode agrees with me, I think, about the Watchmen. Says that's why Sin City would be better. I haven't got any Sin City though. That's quite
Yeah.
I haven't seen the film. I haven't got any Sin City comics.
He's just
Sisters of Suffocation.
He's just hit us with an all-female death metal band, Sisters of Suffocation. Thank you very much.
Is that an all-female death metal
Yeah.
band? I've not heard of them.
They're awesome.
I wonder what it was talking about.
They're a great band.
Did you play them on one of your female?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did. But what was you saying about Batman? 89.
Yeah. Right. So when Batman 89 came out with Michael Keaton, and I loved comic books, and I read comic books, and I was kind of like, oh, what's he doing playing Batman? He's crap. You haven't had enough to drink and making too much sense. I agree. I've run out of alcohol. Well, I would have had more if I realised it. I thought I'd be like falling asleep by now. We would have ended like at least an hour ago. Yeah. But we haven't.
I've got to go away in a bit.
Yeah, you crack on going. I'll carry on chatting. But yeah, I was a bit put off by the fact Michael Keaton was going to be Batman. I was like, he's not Batman. He hasn't got the size for Batman. Batman is an athletic, muscle-bound guy, and Michael Keaton is skinny as fudge. Yeah. And I was like, it's not going to work. And then when I watched the actual film, literally, I was that close. If I wasn't introverted, I would have stood up and I would have gone, "This is not right." I was I was that close. Like when
did you not like it then?
I fucking hated it.
Really?
I fucking hated it with a passion. Seriously.
Still now?
No, I've kind of got over it now. Yeah. But I hated it. It was like, because I was so excited for a Batman movie after Batman movie's going to come along. It's going to knock away the cobwebs of the silly 60s one.
It does.
It did not. It was shit.
I liked it.
But you liked it, but you weren't a fan of
I wasn't a fan of the comics.
And everything they did. And the thing was, like, I had total nerd rage. Like, that wouldn't happen in the comic books. No, that's not Batman. No, he doesn't look like Batman. That's wrong. No, Joker wouldn't do that. Yeah. And every single thing. And when the scissors came out of the bottom of the bat plane to cut the balloon, I was just like, no, that is so fucking stupid. Why would he have a pair of scissors? And what eventuality would he consider that there'd be some string that he had to cut in mid-flight? And I was just like, I absolutely hated it. But that was good, because from that day on, I learned to not get stressed about it. I got so stressed about it, so angry about it. I hated it so much. I was like, right, from now on, just concentrate on the things that you do enjoy, that do strike you as being correct from the comic books, or are in your vision from the comic books. And don't worry about the rest of the stuff, because, you're not making the film. Somebody else is making the film. It's going to be their vision. It's always going to be their vision. You can't influence it. It's been made now. No point getting upset about it. So every time I watch a film, I only concentrate on the things that I think are right about the portrayal of the character. And they get me like, oh, yeah, this is really good. Like, for example, when Batman's swooping in from nowhere and taking out villains, and the villains don't know where he is. And they're scared because they've no idea where Batman is, and he's like taking them out of that they haven't even seen him. And I'm like, that is totally from the comic books. That is awesome. And then other things will come along in the movie, and I'm like, okay, that's not quite how I would have envisioned it. But I don't sweat it. So now I've learned don't sweat the things that you don't think are right, and just like concentrate on the things.
You've got to think of them as two different things almost.
Basically, Tim Burton never read a comic book. That's why he doesn't understand Batman. Thank you.
But you know what, right? For you got to remember that film was out for people that didn't read the comics, like me, and I liked it. I actually quite liked it.
No, that's fair. I don't knock people.
What about the second one with Catwoman and Penguin? I thought it was pretty good.
That wasn't bad, but I think I'd also possibly learn not to give a toss so much then.
The Falcon.
I thought Catwoman was really cool.
Yeah.
And then later on, some of the ones like where they were like people like slag it off, and I was like, I stopped bothering or caring so much then, so I concentrate more on bits that, like the one where you got bat nipples in, and like
the fourth one was quite bad. I saw it in cinema.
I didn't mind it. I watched it. I was like, I don't really mind it.
First one, Foul Kilmer, was quite dark. I quite liked it.
You just got to concentrate on what bits. It's never going to be 100% the way you'd envisage it, but you're not making the bloody film, so just don't sweat it. Just concentrate on what bits you like. And this is why I always say I'll always protect it. Anyone ever says it, In any video, I always make a comment. If I see people commenting about it on Facebook, I will make a comment. Yeah. I consider myself the protector of the Green Lantern movie. I love the Green Lantern movie. I thought the Green Lantern movie was awesome. The way that the ring was used in the scene where he creates
even Ryan Reynolds takes the piss out of it.
I'd like to slap him. I'd like to slap him for slagging off his own movie.
You like the Green Lantern.
And like people say things about the costume wasn't right because it was like a ring construct. The costume is a ring construct. The movie portrayal of the costume is how it should have been portrayed in the comic books.
Yeah,
it's more accurate than the comic books in my mind. And I just enjoyed it. I thought it was a really cool film. You had some laughs, you had some action, and I just when people just start slagging it off.
You know what it is? The thing that annoys me about films is people often think of a film as being bad just because it's not successful.
Yeah,
it doesn't make it a bad film, does it?
I also think as well, there's kind of like a jump on the bandwagon kind of thing. I noticed that with Green Lantern. So like a couple of people slagged it off, and it kind of like made other people want to slag it off.
Yeah,
you know?
And it became almost a joke.
Yeah,
that you
it almost became the blinking.
Doesn't he take the piss out of it in a film that he does later on?
Deadpool. He takes the piss out of it. He goes back and kills himself, so he doesn't make his Green Lantern movie. And that kind of like, I'm watching that, and my jaw's getting set. You know, but I really enjoyed the Green Lantern movie, and I was looking forward to the second one. It's kind of like also it was one of the last films I saw with my mum. So that kind of makes it more poignant, you know. But anyway,
you shouldn't talk about
I know.
Booze,
especially when I've had a few beers. I wish I had another beer now. Someone said crack up with another beer. I wish I had one. And Over Easy Mo's got a new video about the movie 300. What he does, he gets like movies and he gets the comic books and he sort of juxtaposes them against each other.
What do you think about the 300?
I enjoyed that. I thought it was cool. It was over the top, silly action kind of thing, but I liked it. This is Sparta!
I thought it was.
I think it kind of like completely neglected to talk about the whole homosexual aspect of Spartan life.
Very homoerotic.
No, there was actual homosexual activity. The older warriors took in the young warriors as lovers, and they taught them as well how to fight, and they bummed them.
The mad thing is, they did the sequel. And Suri went to see a sequel in a cinema. I cried that as well.
Was it called 301?
I don't remember.
I don't remember there being a sequel, actually.
Yeah, there was a sequel. And she said it's the worst film she's ever seen in her life.
Okay. Right, Taya says, you want weird, check out Mr. Pickles.
So what do you think about the remakes of Batmans? I thought they were amazing.
The ones with
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, he did the directing, didn't he? I preferred them. I liked them more.
Great, weren't they?
I liked them more. The third one was a bit. But no, I like.
Even the second one's over the top and a bit silly in a way.
Yeah, there are scenes. There are scenes that happen where I'm like, oh yeah, that could be in a comic book. And when I see scenes like that, and I'm like, yeah, awesome. I think possibly my favorite.
I haven't seen the Superman Batman. I didn't fancy it.
Yeah, no, I like that. A lot of people. Really? Yeah, I liked it.
See, I can't believe that you should hate that sort of stuff.
Why?
Being a comic guy.
Superman Batman was pretty cool.
They can't exist together, can they?
Yeah, of course they do. In the comic books, they exist together in the comic books.
Do they really?
Yeah, they're best friends. They're good friends in the comic books.
Cool.
Don't
they attack each other in the film?
They do. That annoyed me actually about the hero movies for a while. There's so many great villains in all the hero franchises in Marvel and in DC. But there was a time when they decided, we're just going to. It always happened in the comic books. There'd always be some interaction, some fighting between the superheroes for a while, like a misunderstanding or whatever. That's kind of like a trope. But to make a whole film about it, I just thought, there's so many villains that they could be concentrating on.
Yeah.
I don't want to see heroes fight.
No, I don't.
And also, like, for example, in the Avengers movie, I think it was the second or third one, the villain, Ultron, was created by the superheroes. So the superheroes were creating their own bloody enemy, and it was like, that's so stupid. There's so many enemies that they haven't cocked up and created themselves. It just made it seem like the superheroes were a complete not a boon, they were a complete opposite of a boon. They were a bloody menace to society. They created the enemies they were fighting, and then the next movie they're fighting each other in civil war. And I was just like, why can't I just bring some of the super villains, the many super villains in their pantheons into the comic movies? But
Mr. Pickles the satanic dog.
I've never heard of that one.
Let's go to the toilet.
Ultron was not created by Wonder Man, was he? Ultron was created by Hank Pym. Hank Pym Ant-Man. Yellow Jacket created Ultron. Yeah, Ant-Man's cool. Depends what Ant-Man you're talking about. There's been 2 Ant-Mans. Not that you'd know.
Wasn't you quite happy that they finally did a film of Aquaman?
Yeah, Aquaman was cool.
Yeah.
Ultron was created by Wonder Man. Didn't Ultron awaken Wonder Man from like because he used Wonder Man's brain to create Vision, didn't he? Vision's brainwave patterns are Wonder Man's. Simon, what's his name? Simon Jones? Simon something or other. Can't remember his name now. But yeah, Wonder Man brain patterns. So you're right, Ultron was based on Wonder Man. Was he? I thought Vision, Wonder Man's brainwave patterns was used to create Vision. And that's when he fell in love with Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, and Simon also, the Wonder Man, also loved Scarlet Witch. There was a bit of friction because of that, because of it's the same brain patterns was used to create Vision. That's why he had the same emotions and feelings towards Wanda, the Scarlet Witch. Anyway, we're down to 2 people watching now. I think we might have bored everyone to tears now, Elric. We've gone from about 7 to just 2 people watching.
What?
We've gone from about 7 people watching to 2 people watching.
Shall we call it a day?
I think we should call it a day. We've been over 2 hours now.
Yeah.
I think we stopped talking about the Mr Wicker contest thing or whatever it was.
Years ago.
Yeah, hours ago.
Yeah.
So, anyone got any last minute questions? Oh, we've got up to 4 again.
Listen.
Yeah, we're talking about characters now. And Tina came back as well. Tina must have finished work. We've been going for so long.
All right. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Ultron created the synthesoid Vision as a weapon to destroy the Avengers, yeah? The Vision, having Wonder Man's brain patterns, destroys Ultron with the Avengers' aid. Yeah, he does.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He does end up...
He does that.
Yeah. And also, it's weird because superheroes create robots and they end up being villains, and the villain Ultron creates other organisms like the Vision and like Joe Castor to be his wife, and they end up going against him and becoming heroes.
Stop doing that then.
Yeah, stop making things in your own image. Is that kind of like a god thing?
Yeah.
You know, that you create
Ego
stuff and they end up turning against you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ego thing. Look what I've created.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, it's gone wrong.
And also Frankenstein, of course.
Yeah.
Creating your own life. The Frankenstein complex. The, Interesting. Very stroky beard. Very interesting.
You got a better beard. I got no beard.
Yeah. Right. Ultron 7 recreated by Maximus with the body of the android Omega. I don't remember that. I thought Ultron 7 was quite an old Ultron.
Talk to me about music.
Is Ultron 7 not the first one who became covered in adamantium?
I don't know when you talk to me about
8?
I don't know such things.
Yeah. Because one of my birthday books, Avengers from September 1969, the second part of an Ultron story. He's actually already made out of adamantium in that story. But they managed to take him out. I can't remember how now. I think Vision went against it. I can't remember how old Vision is even. But anyway, we're back down to 2 again. I think we should say goodbye.
Yeah, say goodbye.
We had quite a lot of people watching.
Yeah.
So cheers to everybody for watching. If you've got any ideas of any other question, get to know you things that we can do a drunken video of in the future.
First live stream, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, first live stream. The live stream virgin. Bless his little cotton socks. It'll never be the same again.
No. And some of the questions are like, they're mad.
Yeah. Good night, Over Easy Mode. You got to go and watch Over Easy Mode's video now. There's a video on the 300. Everyone, there's only 2 people here, including whoever the other person is who isn't Over Easy Mode. Go and watch his video. Oh, it's Tejas. Go and sub up Over Easy Mode. Watch his 300 video. And we're out of here. Cheers for watching. And I'm gonna fart. Oh, excuse me.
I've already done it.
Bye. Bye.